Are you still in the tower?
Every day I'm bountying. Yes. I'm.
It says I can't join you.
Oh, really?
Not enough space. Alright,
Oh,
I'm just gonna
really?
join
There's
you
not enough
later.
room in this tower for the both of us?
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
apparently
then
not.
call their bluff on
Apparently,
that one.
apparently not.
Thought there would be.
No.
You know, Shax has an Ahamkara head just kind of sitting,
Yes,
like
he
right
does.
above.
It's just
There's like a
sitting there.
Vex Hydra, it
That's
looks like.
pretty
Like
damn
a
dangerous.
Gate Lord's head or a Hydra head or a Hydra and an Ahamkara. Like, what are you doing with this?
Yeah, that's how you know Shax does not play.
He doesn't even seal away
Because
the,
he
the
just has an
deadly ancient
Ahamkara.
artifact. The wishbones.
No, he just has it out there. Like what? Yeah, I know what it is.
So when Uldren comes to the tower, he's gonna take one look at that thing, make a wish, and then the Traveler's gonna turn into a giant blight. And then we're gonna have the corrupted tower.
Oh my god, that's gonna be
All
terrible.
because Stat Shax didn't want to pay for the last city mini storage. Like all the places that they hide, like I mean, heck, you could just hide it somewhere in the tower. I think to this day we're still unearthing random places and rooms and compartments in the tower. There's so many places to hide things. Like Eris said, oh, you know, you're not
I
interested
wouldn't
in all
hide
the
it.
treasures in the vault. No, you're not drifter. Sorry, there's like treasures all over. And he's like, I don't care about those. Like, you Guardians are so materialistic. And I was like, I can't argue with that sentiment at all. As my vault creeps ever
Wait, who
closer to
said that?
500, the Drifter. Because Eris asked
Oh.
if the vaults in the city were not enough payment for his service, quote unquote, in setting up control. And he's like, no. He's like, he doesn't want that. He's like, you Guardians are so materialistic. He's like, none of this stuff has value to him. I'm like, no, I can't argue against us being, yeah, because got a vault full of,
So
still using the quick fang.
weirdest thing just happened.
Like, 3 years later. What?
Wow, Destiny just crashed.
Oh, that happens.
Like completely crashed. Just froze and just home. Wow. Okay.
All right. Well, hopefully you'll be able to come back.
That has never
Really?
happened to me.
Wow.
Usually it's yeah, usually you get some kind of you get kicked out of the tower, you'll randomly get kicked out of a fire team, but never
You're lucky.
full game crashing while you're in the middle of something. No?
You're lucky because, shoot, I get the Animal Kingdom.
Careful out there.
Just the other day, I saw an error code
But
that
it
wasn't
didn't
even an
get
animal.
alert.
Been hearing a lot of chatter about your
What
clan.
was it?
I don't know. But I know I took a screenshot of it because I was like, I had to screenshot it.
Yeah, I think you sent it to me. It was something weird. I was like, what?
It was like error code biscuit. I don't know. I don't know. Season of Arrivals always comes with one weird new glitch to my network situation. Like now, when I spawn in and Gambit, my character just hangs in the air for like a few seconds too long for it to be
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Like I can spin the camera around, and I'm still just sitting there in midair, like, so.
Yeah, that happens to me too.
Oh yeah. Okay. See, every season, something
Yeah.
funky happens to the netcode, and then we Guardians have to eat the crab. Ah, there it is. Okay. So what did I get? Oh no, excuse me. It was error code Stingray. That's still a
See you later.
animal.
Okay, that's still an animal.
It's a stingray though. When did we start integrating aquatic creatures into Bungie's repertoire of error messages? What happened to elk and yak and goose and beaver and weasel? I grew up watching cartoons. You know, I Am Weasel is not a foreign entity to me, but you know, he always comes up whenever my game blows up. Usually when you switch a weapon and the weapon doesn't switch right away, and you're like, I wonder why that contacting
Mm-hmm.
Destiny 2 servers. Yeah. I usually get that too. Contacting Destiny 2 servers. I'm like, I'm still here. Hey, I'm standing right here. I'm in the tower. Please don't kick me. I'm in my vault.
Like, no, please.
Like, just let me finish this one thing. Alright, so.
It's like, no, you don't need to do
Right, like, nah, you don't need that. Enjoy orbit. Fresh air will do you some good. Boot. Colossus helmet projection. That is a lot of bright dust for something that just pops over my ghost's head. I'm not too sure about that. It's pretty costly. It's like
Alright,
1,500 bright dust.
So I'm gonna.
Oh, did you see the Eververse menu? Now it only has Beyond Light,
No.
Shadowkeep, and Forsaken. It no longer has Curse of Osiris or Warmind on it anymore.
Oh, I
They're
bet
free.
because
They come with new light.
they're free. Yeah.
But up until like
Yeah.
recently, the menu was full. But now, it's just Beyond Light, Shadowkeep, and Forsaken.
Don't know when.
And I don't know about you, but I feel sorry for anyone jumping into the game now. They will not experience things that you and I have experienced. So,
Wanna take a look, Carter?
you know that little cache of footage that I found this morning?
Mhm.
There's a lot of footage in it.
Mhm.
I'm talking Destiny 1 footage, Destiny 2
really?
launch footage. Yes. Like I played the entire intro when I was talking to you while doing it.
Mhm.
I also recorded the path of the Sentinel and the path of the Night Stalker. When you go back to the Dark Forest and, you know, your Vanguard tells you stories of guardians in the past who wielded this power and their heroic deeds. You know, Ikora does the Warlocks, Zavala does the Titans, Cade does the Hunters. That's not in the game anymore.
That's really.
It
cool.
is, but it's not in the game anymore. What do you
Really?
mean, really? Okay, well, for starters, Cade is dead.
Oh yeah.
And-
Okay.
Second, in New Light, as you know already, you do the introductory mission from the first Destiny, and then it immediately launches you into Homecoming. And then after you do Homecoming, you're in the tower. You don't have that period anymore where you don't have your light and you have to get your light back. No. All the subclasses are just there, and all the subclasses are there and unlocked. You don't even need to earn the subclasses or the moves anymore. You start a new character, you just have it. You just have all of them, and you just pick whatever one you want. So that entire chunk of the game is no longer in it. And we have footage of it.
Wow. That's actually kind of sad.
Well, 3 years ago, I mean, if they're going to keep evolving the world of Destiny has to actually evolve. Which means,
Yeah, no, that's
you know,
true.
if they're going to have like an expansion of the game that's free to play, and that allows you to play the first 2 expansions right off the bat while the game is still moving ever onward, ever forward, and they invalidate things like the little, I forgot what that thing was called. Remember the thing you had to get in order to unlock your 3rd subclass? Like, you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to go to the Dreaming City and play Blind Well Tier 3 and complete it so you can unlock it. Like, all of that stuff you don't have to do anymore. So, I mean, it stands to reason, if you waited this long, right, to play Destiny, that events such as the Red War, the Last Wish raid being beaten, and Riven, you know, Riven's Last Wish, and the corruption of the Dreaming City. Technically, in the timeline of the game, all that stuff's already happened. So, yeah. So if the game is gonna keep, you know, trudging forward, they kind of have to. Yeah, it's like You can't. It's not even a like you had to be there thing because damn, it was there for 3 years, people. It was there for the years. It was years. But yeah.
You could have done it at any time.
Yeah, and if that scuttlebutt about them getting rid of like half the map is true, then you really don't have a chance to do it because Fook. Like if Mercury, Mars, Titan, and Io are going, oh god, that's probably why Curse of Osiris and Warmind aren't available anymore. Because Mars and Mercury are leaving.
Oh, yeah.
See, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Stuff
true.
like that got you. Yeah, there's no more Titan. Free Sloan. Free Sloan.
Oh, poor
So yeah, like
Sloan.
Titan's gonna. You know what I'm betting, and this is kind of what sucks.
What?
I'm betting that Titan, Mars, and Io get consumed. Like canonically.
By the
Heck yeah.
darkness?
Like first Io goes. Because, well, I don't know. I mean, this technically is not a spoiler of spoilers, but like if you look at the triumphs, the only two places that contact occurs is Io and Titan. So I don't know if it rotates weekly or if it's story based. But if it's as screwy as if they really wanted to play it like crazy folk, I mean,
Like,
imagine if when the contact event is done on IO, so is IO.
wow.
I mean, they're beaming into the cradle, you know, as we speak. What's to say that IO doesn't get like blighted or overcome with darkness or consumed? And then the pyramid moves on to Titan. That's a pretty right trajectory. Io is a moon of Jupiter. After it's done with Jupiter, Saturn's right next door. Hello, Titan. Boof. And then Titan gets a hole in its boof. And then, well, I mean, Mars. Sorry, Mars. I don't know what's going on with Rasputin, but if Mars is going,
Well, Rasputin basically offline.
well, what I'm saying is that's his main control center. If the darkness gets Mars, boof. We've just got Rasputin on Earth. At least as far as a control center, because the only thing that's on the moon is a Seraph bunker. It's not an actual Rasputin control unit, like the one on Earth or the one on Mars. Like Mars is his main unit, you can tell. But yeah, dear, if we're getting the Cosmodrome back, it would stand to reason if we lose Mars, we're gonna lose a whole lot of Rasputin.
That's true.
Oh, the implications. The implications. Where are you?
The
I'm just
implications. Next to you.
I'm just running around in circles. Okay, we're going to go to IO and interfere with the interference.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're going to shoot things. Do you have your gunsmith bounties? No, we're gonna do that thing with the birds and the stones and the stone birds. We're gonna kill a bunch of them at once.
Okay.
Yeah. What's today's gunsmith bounties?
Void, submachine gun.
Submachine guns. Oh God.
What
Oh Jesus.
else? Rocket launcher? Wait, let me make sure.
Speaking of rocket launchers, Bungie is clown shoes. I'm so mad.
Oh, fusion rifles.
So this Pinnacle, ooh, a new mod. So this Pinnacle Bad Omens that I got from Gambit, is about to be sunset. This is something that I normally wouldn't have a problem with, except the Drifter is selling it He's selling an updated version of it that's lasting until 1360.
Really?
Yeah, but to re-roll, all right. After you earn the special pinnacle weapons from the Drifter, you can pick them back up. They just cost a bunch of resources, like I think 5,000 glimmer and like 10 cores. The point being, just to have my bad omens, you know, in a not sunset form, I have to spend 10 cores. It's the same thing. It's the same gun. Why would y'all make me do this? I gotta spend 10 cores and 5,000 glimmer just so I can keep having my bad omens? Buying it at the end of the season.
Well, I think it dropped.
No.
One of the newer versions.
Oh, really? Well, no, I'm talking about the masterworked
Yeah,
one.
I got a
I'm talking about the
1360.
pinnacle one that you get from the Drifter.
Oh, the master.
Yeah. The pinnacle one you get from the Drifter has, let me see. It has tracking and cluster bomb on it. And its masterwork is for blast radius. So it's actually a pretty, it's actually a pretty, it's a pretty well-rolled rocket launcher, and it's pretty, you know, it's like a Truth Junior, except, I don't know. I think Bungie just nerfed tracking rockets in general. Submachine gun, fusion, and machine gun. That's weird.
And void.
Submachine gun. Oh, crud. All right. I have a good idea.
Okay.
What is wrong with these people?
Is everything okay with you?
I wish I could give you a straight answer. I don't know what's wrong with these damn people. I just hope it's fireworks.
I hope so too.
Because this, I mean... Anyway. If I can rely on anything, it's for Destiny to stay consistent. The real world is too unpredictable right now for my liking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. It's a strange world right now. Do you feel like you need to? Yeah. Maybe you should.
Let's do the thing. Gotta get Devon back to the city for a visit. I mean, if nothing else, I need some pie.
I mean, I have to think they're fireworks. There's no way they'd be so willy-nilly.
How can the Vanguard help?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Jesus. Yeah, really. Okay. Uh, Yeah. Mhm. Like seriously, what is it? You should definitely call somebody about that. Yeah. It does sound like fireworks, yeah, but that's a lot of fireworks.
Savathun's forces reach toward the darkness. Use the sea to burn them away.
Me? Okay. Well, oh, I see. Okay. Well, the first thing the rundown is lore. Yeah. There's a Tree of Silver Wings video posted by the Lord Daddy
It's pretty
himself.
mission appropriate.
Yeah. So bananas because
Mm-hmm.
the Tree of Silver Wings was at the garden. You know, we know about the Winnower and the Gardener from reading the book that was given to us. Ooh, you're floating in midair by the Winnower, or you know, when the darkness is trying to talk
Yes,
to
yes.
us.
And there's the cops. Holy crap.
Hmm.
Whoa, whoa. Did that always happen? Like the giant blight
Yeah, I
thing?
think so.
Why did I not notice the blight before? Oh, shit. It is fireworks. My
Okay,
bedroom
well,
smells like
that's actually
smoke.
less worrisome.
I am a creature of bows. Out of my face. I'm taking it back to year one, boo. I'm bringing the Telesto back.
Nice. I'm out here. What? What is it? What? Oh, is that you?
Those are Telesto bombs.
Will you stop?
See, what you should have done was run towards the enemy with those things sticking to your face. No, you're just gonna let them explode on your face.
Oh, okay.
Fine. I was only trying to turn you into a more powerful weapon of the light.
Oh,
Yes.
really? By turning me into
The
a
Akbar
bomb.
protocol.
The Akbar protocol.
You know, just attach Telesto bombs to your teammate and then send them into the fray. Like, real talk, fireworks are expensive. Why do you have fireworks to just waste on June 15th?
Yeah.
It's not even July yet.
Yeah, this seems very odd. That's why I was like, fireworks?
They're trying to set up the Let's see. Let's see. They're trying to set up the municipally unified district in New York. See, in addition to Chaz, we're gonna have mud.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the municipally unified district, where they're going to seize 3 city blocks in Brooklyn and turn it into its own sovereign country.
Oh my god. That's not necessary.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to confuse and distract local law enforcement so that they can steal their cars. And like, so I heard today they toppled the Thomas Jefferson statue. And unfortunately,
The Thomas Jefferson
yeah,
statue?
because the left is lefting too hard, dear. They're already segregating each other because of their plant allies. They're tearing down. They're tearing down statues and like, you know, I hate to agree with you know who, but get your shit together, Seattle, and stop letting them do this. Because if anyone thinks that this craziness is not going to result in a landslide victory for him, you're freaking nuts. You need to stop before you guarantee his win. You are representing the other side. Because those are not conservatives in Chaz. Those are not conservatives. You guys are being counterproductive. What you're doing's not helping. Oh my god. Talking about human manure.
Yeah.
No, that's poop.
Human.
Yes. I think that's going to be their primary export. Is human manure.
Ew.
I mean, I personally can't think of anything else. So. But yeah, it's the real world is crazy right now, and I don't know. I think if you allow something like that to happen in Seattle, what's to stop the kooks here from trying it? I mean, shit.
Well, I think that Seattle's a
Is
special
it?
case because Seattle has had a homelessness problem for quite a while, like a big one.
Like New York?
No, worse. Like people live in like these shantytown tents.
You haven't been around Brooklyn too much, have you? I hear you, though. I hear you. I hear you. It's okay. It's okay. Let's get back on track.
So I mean, I'm not sure, but like I suspect the people who are living in Chaz.
They're not homeless people, Jessica.
Oh, jeez.
If you genuinely think those are homeless people that have mobilized and not rich, middle to upper class people LARPing as indigenous conquistadors, then you're crazy. These are obviously Twitter people. Homeless people don't give a shit. Why would homeless people want their own sovereign country? Why would homeless people start segregating each other based on race? Why would homeless people ask for the police to be dismantled and start policing themselves with firearms? Those are not homeless people, Jessica. Those are liberals. Those are rich liberals.
I don't know, but the things that I've read, like the things that they've said, make me think
Those are not
that
homeless people.
it's like
Those are liberal arts students.
because they're asking for people to like bring food
Yeah,
and
because
stuff, but it's like there's no way you left somewhere that had food. only to
Jessica,
go
they're
and ask people to
crazy.
give you food.
Jessica, do you not know what Twitter's spilling out into the real world? This is what Twitter's spilling out into the real world looks like. These crazy people that think they can take 6 blocks of Seattle and still ask people on the outside of the wall that they won't let people through for food. Oh, here's a free bag of... Have some bags of Sprite. You idiots. Stop LARPing. That's what they're doing. No one in... You know, that's the crazy thing. Nobody there... It's like Occupy Wall Street. This is a toothless... This is a toothless, inert garbage heap that's just going to implode and eat itself, just like Occupy did. Because they were doing the same thing in Occupy. The longer they stayed out there, the more they started to build some weird slanted social hierarchy built on race. And guess who was at the bottom of the totem pole by default? Yes, white people. It's the most weirdly tone-deaf and hypocritical thing I've ever seen. In your quest for liberation, you become that which you claim to hate. And Occupy did the same thing before, you know, they were finally told, hey, all right, stop loitering. Get out of here. Go home, all of you. And it's like, back then, what would you have asked? Why would someone want to leave their home to sleep outside at Wall Street? Well, when you have no real problems, you get to LARP as a activist by taking over a chunk of town and then having no infrastructure or plan in place to sustain it, while you and the rest of you continue to eat each other and hopefully not kill each other, because it's going to come to that eventually. Like when people have to qualify their presence in a crowd by saying, I'm black! It's like, alright. Yep. You people are nuts. Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Hey, guess what? It's not autonomous if you're asking people for food, dickheads. You grow some tomatoes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I didn't get about it. I was like, okay, I mean, alright. I thought it was kind of not horrific, but also not ideal, right?
It's the codependent,
that, you know,
hypocritical, activist. Give me a D word. Deluge. There we go. The codependent, hypocritical, activist deluge. That's what Chad is.
Well, I mean, I was just... The reason why I assumed it was homeless is because...
You really assume these were homeless people?
Seattle has had a...
Why?
I did, because Seattle
but that doesn't have anything to do with anything. What does that have to do with homeless people? What does that have to do with homeless people? If homeless people are homeless, Jessica, if homeless people are homeless, they already live outside. Why do they need 6 blocks all to themselves? What, the homeless people organized? How did they organize? Did they do it on meetup.com with their homeless internet? Did they coordinate with their homeless cell phones and call each other? Did they send homeless emails? Well, see, if all the answers to those questions are I don't know, then there's no reason at all to think that this is homeless people. Homeless people are very content being homeless. Like, they already live out.
No, they're not. I think they wish they had somewhere to live.
Jessica, this is the land of opportunity. I don't want to sound like one of those people, but you've lived by Grand Central for too long. There are plenty of Look at my block. Look at my block on the daily. Do you see the kinds of people that are out there on the daily? Do you see them sitting down filling out job applications and saving up their money to buy clean clothes for interviews? Or do you see them lip Gallaghering it? Just basically surviving day to day, doing what they have to do to live the life that they're living. There are some people that, yes, are pretty comfortable being homeless. Like, homelessness is not a desirable life state to be in, but to say that there aren't people who are just content to survive the way they're surviving, knowing that their prospects anywhere are pretty much null, well, you make do with the hand life dealt you. And for a lot of homeless people, especially the ones you see roaming around Seattle, it's like they have their places where they sleep, they have their places where they wake up, and you see how much passion and effort they put into begging rather than alternative sources of income and or, you know, sustenance. it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, what can you say about it except welp? So no, the idea again, you'd have to consider what needs to happen for something this stupid to go down. And it's definitely not people with no homes, no money, no internet, and no cell phone service that coordinated and set up something like this. It wasn't a bunch of homeless people. The homeless people, as far as I know, are probably still homeless, sleeping on their designated corners where they sleep. They're probably not in Chaz. They're probably not in Chaz, because the people in Chaz have nothing to give them. They beg for change and then be like, wait. Oh, you don't have change either? Oh. Oh, you're fertilizing the seeds you got from that apple you ate yesterday with your own poop? Oh, wow. I'm going to stay on this side where I can beg in front of Chick-fil-A and, you know, perhaps walk away with a deluxe. I'm not about to join you people in your little walled-off garden where the best I can hope for is a bag of Sprite and some French fries. Nah, I'm good. I'd rather stay on this side. I mean, at least here I can get like $10. Buy some crack. There's no crack in Chaz. All the crack dealers are outside of Chaz. I'm good. I'm gonna stay here. Have fun, liberals. Just be sure to put it back together when you're done. I mean, that is, if the president doesn't send the National Guard in there to nuke you guys off that piece of land already, because it's getting out of hand. Getting out of hand. It's just silly.
Yeah.
You guys are so silly. Imagine being so privileged you could do something like this. For absolutely no reason. To no discernible end. What do you want? Police reform! How do you want to get it? By taking over 6 blocks of the city and dismantling the police presence in that area. What? Wait, I don't... What? It's like Savathun setting up a throne world. In the tower. Savathun, why are you doing this? Don't you know Guardians live here? Don't you know the Traveler is sitting right here? You can't set up a throne world next to the trap. That's not how it works. Alright. Silver wings, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Need the tree of silver wings.
Okay.
No, not the chicken wings.
Alright. Need the tree of silver.
But back on track from our real world rant.
Back on track. Dear, if I did not know you as well as I do, I would probably be having an argument with you right now.
Here. As long as you don't take me with a grain of Alex Jones sodium. I'm a pretty...
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I'm a pretty reasonable guy, okay? But I see what these people are doing, and I'm seeing the net result of it, and it's just... It makes me ashamed to identify with them. Like,
yeah.
this is Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I can't agree. I don't... Yeah, I don't... you're right. It kind of gives me Occupy Wall Street vibe.
Because...
where, you know, maybe you had a point.
Yeah, but it's gotten lost in this.
But in the end...
Oof.
What did you do?
Yeah, like, I don't... What does this have to do with police reform? This is why you wanted the police defunded? So that you could have your own police state in the middle of Seattle?
Well, that's not even what defund the police means. This is a whole other approach, I think. This is dismantle the police and create your own tiny little shanty town is what it sounds like.
I don't see an end game for that goes anywhere but violence and bloodshed. Because if everybody's doing that and everybody's being all territorial and crazy, then how do you keep people out of your borders? There's no police anymore. So there's no governing body. So you guys are basically protecting yourselves and fighting miniature wars now. Now you're fighting for territory and resources. Now you've devolved half the city. Like, I don't see the logical endpoint to this. It's not sustainable. It's not smart. It's not making a point other than we've gone too far, and now we've gone so far we don't know how to go back. Like, they should just leave. Just one by one, just leave, man. Like, they're gonna start doing that. Like, it's gonna be like, people are just gonna start leaving. Like, you know, I haven't bathed in a week.
I really like
yeah, like, I haven't bathed in a week. I'm still wearing these same clothes. I know we seized that clothing store down the block, but, you know, nobody's paying for the clothes, and now the clothes are running out, and there's no, like, supply trucks going in and out, so all the clothes are gone, and nobody's resupplying the clothes. The food went bad about a week ago. Like, if I was like Sprint or Verizon, I would specifically turn off whatever satellite is hovering over that part of Seattle, just to obliterate their cell phone service. Like, yep, and now you have no Facebook. Where are your likes now?
Oh, not so good. Where are your Twitters now?
Where are your tweets now? Where is your hashtag? Chaz. I can't believe it's Chaz, though. Ugh. What a terrible... Just... Wasn't that the name of the bully in Weird Science? Wasn't that Wyatt's brother's name? The one that got turned into poop? Wasn't his name Chaz? Why would you want to name something Chaz? It's such a weird mud butt name.
I don't know. Mud.
Just mud butt.
I will interpret the darkness as
Just saying it gives me gastrointestinal distress. Anyway, oh god. The real world is eating me. Listen.
The real world.
Yes, please. Tell me about the Tree of Silver Wings. What did the Lore Daddy have to say about this thing?
This word could mean protected, but
Well, you know, it's kind of complex. You know, there's a lot of lore to comb through. There's
Well, where'd you get it?
basically the tree of. Well, there's various things. There's a
the darkness does not believe the traveler to be as benevolent as we do. Continue your efforts.
There's the book
We have much to
from the darkness, right? The unveiling. It's mentioned there. Mentioned in
Oh
the
yeah,
book.
we saw it was on the Mark 44 stand-asides.
Yeah, on Mark 44 stand besides, it's the darkness basically talking about the tree of the tree is mentioned as well. But one important thing that I think is really cool is that there is more than one tree. So you know the seed that we have?
Do we plant it?
The what is it called? No, we didn't.
I say,
plant
do we
it.
plant it?
We did not plant. Well, I don't know. I think at some point we will.
Because it
be
looks like a
planting it.
darkness. Like I feel like if you plant this thing, like a darkness tree will come out of it. Am I wrong here? Doesn't look kind of ominous.
It looks a little weird.
A little.
I'll admit, yes. But one thing to note is that the tree of silver wings is not inherently of the darkness or inherently of the light. It's like
It's like gravity.
it's like a metaphor.
Oh.
It's like the tree of life.
Okay.
You know, I realized when I was thinking about this that, you know, the entire time we're reading the entire time we're reading the unveiling, you know, there's this whole metaphor with the garden, and then at a certain point, a choice is made, right? And everything changes. It's kind of like, it's
Sounds kind of
kinda
open
like
ended.
the parallels between. It's like Paradise Lost.
Hmm. You know, I was kind of
You know,
thinking
it's like
that.
a creation myth.
Go on.
Yeah, it's like, you know, the tree is not inherently good or bad. It's just a tree, right? But depending on the choice that's made, something else happens, right? So, for example, there's this lore that you find when you're doing trials, and I actually just went and found all the lore. I didn't get that far in trials, but like,
Oh no, that's not good.
but like in trials, brother Vance goes up to Osiris and
Hey, do you know there's a door back
gives
here? Look
him
at
a
this.
message.
Come down. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Gives him a message. Oh.
And that nuts? Just a little shortcut.
Yeah,
This bank will take whatever you can get.
that's cool.
Oh my god, the Umbral decoder is so funny. But you were saying?
Yeah, gives him a message she got from. Right, I'm telling the story backwards. I'm sorry. So, Brother Vance discovers something,
Okay.
right? And he decides he needs to tell Marisov about it.
Okay. Marisol.
So he goes to see her. Yeah,
Okay.
Marisov. This happened like a while ago. He decides he needs to go to Marisov. He talks to her, and she's kind of standoffish, you know, like, what do you want? Basically. And she, you know, he tells her the findings that he's had doing trials, and how there's something weird he found. And she pretty much is unmoved and tells him to just pretty much stop doing trials. Just like, come on, you're not doing anything good here, just stop doing it. And then he's about to leave, and Marisov calls him back over and says, hey, when you see our friend, tell him, plant the seed.
Mm,
Right?
okay.
So then, the next time Osiris appears in the lore, he is going somewhere, and he finds a seed. Like, he goes to this really dark place where he really shouldn't be. It like feels weird. He finds a seed. So the seed that he got, we don't know what he did with the seed, but because this tree is here, the assumption is that this is the seed that Osiris planted.
The one in the cradle?
The one in the
How
cradle.
the heck did he even
Yes.
get there? But wait, I thought the cradle. But,
Well, the cradle's not there because the darkness put it there. The cradle's been there.
yeah, but didn't the
The
traveler
darkness
make that
or
thing?
the-
There was just no cradle on a random moon, was there? Before there was anything?
Well, the fact that it's the cradle, like, does it matter?
Well, I mean, what's a
I
cradle?
don't know.
Well,
I'm
what does a
asking the
cradle do?
question.
A cradle is for,
I thought,
you know, nursing the young, the progenitor, it's for babies.
yeah.
So, I mean, if the first place the traveler touched our solar system became the cradle, since this was the first place, you would assume it's like the cradle of the light, right? So it landed here. It
Yeah.
infused the cradle with its light and then went touching every other planet in the solar system. Now, but to that effect, it's like you said, the tree isn't good or evil. It just takes what you cultivate from it.
Right.
You know? So,
Right. Yeah.
if the
Yeah,
traveler
yeah,
came
that's
here
true.
and cultivated a boatload of light by touching Io first, i.e., using the power of the cradle and infusing the tree of silver wings with light, and then, you know, just moving on from there, and like you would assume it's maybe the same kind of pulse it used to kill Gaul or something similar, right? Then wouldn't it make sense then that what the darkness is doing right now is cultivating darkness in in the cradle in a way that may spread to the
Yeah,
rest
but
of our system and consume it? You know, it's like you said, it's neither, but it is what you throw at it. And right now the darkness is teabagging the cradle pretty hard.
It is, but it's especially teabagging the
Well,
tree.
yeah, it's in the center. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's teabagging the tree that Osiris probably planted there. There's no conclusion to this. It's just interesting that we're getting all these tiny pieces right now. Because they're going somewhere with this. This is really exciting for me. Because I feel like they're not just randomly telling me things. I feel like there's a story being told here. Alright, sorry, that's like me being a nerd. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, no, it's just really making me think. Like I'm just really thinking about the implications of what the darkness is doing right now and what that tree is for. I didn't know that Osiris planted that beast. I honestly thought the traveler came and just dropped the seed into the cradle, and that's where the tree came from. That's kind of the trajectory I was going on, but I guess I was wrong. But the cradle is the first place the traveler touched, so it at least made the planting ground.
Yeah, like where's this Lord book? Let's see. It's this.
I wish I had known about it. I would have watched it before I came in if I had known that was part of the crab.
Yeah, I mean it's worth a watch. You know, Bive has his
Hint,
his theories about it.
Hint. Yeah. What? Hint.
Hi there.
Yeah.
Read it earlier next time. If I get it earlier. Excuse me.
Well, I sent it at least an hour before you were
No,
supposed
you
to
didn't.
start. That's good. Okay, no, that's
I
not
know it's
true. I
not
sent it
true. What the
9:30.
heck?
It was about half an hour before we were supposed to start. But it's a 15-minute. All right. I get your point.
I was occupying Ball Street. I was balling until I fell. I'm a ball until I fall. Hand on my trigger. You know, excuse me. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. What can I say? All right, I'm running out of euphemisms here. What? I'm amazing, but no, that's I'm not. I'll have to check up with Lord Dad on that one because that's fascinating. That is quite fascinating. Yeah. But where's this lore book? Where's this lore book you're about to show us? I'm mad that doing that thing 3 times didn't get me 3 lore books. I was hoping I could like chew my way through this. They were like, nah, Bife. Like, nah, Bife. We already know what you're doing. We know you have like 8 characters across 3 emails.
Oh, actually, it's the lore on the seat of Silver Wings.
That thing has lore on it? Wait, the artifacts have had lore?
It has lore.
So
Yeah.
I've
they
just been
usually have
leaving lore on the table? Oh, wow, it has lore. Alright, hit me. Oh, God, it's got...
Okay. Look at what it says. I'm gonna not read the GST encoded parts.
Malleable and hungry. Speak not of what it crabs.
Speak not of what it becomes. To our little trio, I write out of concern, and independently my findings. I sense the tension brimming at the forefront of our correspondences, and I feel the need again to impress upon you the gravity of our current standing. I understand the Vanguard's position. Contact has been made. I have felt it. I cannot ignore it, nor can I purge it. That much you should know. It is not a temptation. It is not a disease. It is an appeal to reason. I know you see the worth. Long have the Tautonauts delved into these questions. Where they went, I simply walk a parallel road. Do not abandon me in this. There is little time, and it may be all we have left. Now, Ikora, to the matter of your inquiry, thank you for that, by the way. If you would not come yourself, I will say nothing. There is a second tree, obviously. It has grown, and from it the guardian has taken a seed that we intend to use for our study. If the tree's parent felled in the Black Garden, this may be a rarely given opportunity. I am only now beginning to record its mostly lightly guarded secret. It is fluid in nature. No, Asher, not physically. It acts as an engine of integration, incorporating that which it contracts into its structure. It feeds from paracausal energy. The light, the dark, they are vying for dominance within its every particle. I wonder whether we are meant to enact a second unveiling, whether this is to be a peeling away of an existence nurtured within its bark, one in which we may not replay out the paths that are yet to come. There are many answers, but the question remains, by whom was it planted? I hope this message finds you in good health, and less pain. I look forward to your thoughts, to the gallant, the mystic, the scribe. May your bond hold strong. Ever sworn, Erismorn.
Huh.
Okay, so I think the important part here is there's the second tree, obviously. It has grown, and from it the guardian has taken a seed that we intend to use for our study. With the tree's parent felled in the Black Garden, this may be a rarely given opportunity.
Oh, so this is the second tree. So where's the first tree?
Yeah, so this is the second tree.
Is it on Titan?
Well, it says with the tree's parent felled in the Black Garden. So the first tree was in the Black Garden. I think. Yeah, this is interesting. Because she doesn't seem to know about the plant, the seed part, which, why would she?
I mean, seeds grow trees, don't they?
But yeah, but I'm getting really deep here now. So if you, I wonder if this is, I wonder if this lore is in like Destin. It was like on Destin on Bungie's website.
Well, it might be, because she says, I know you see the worth. Long have the Thanatonauts delved into these questions. As we know, Thanatonauts are, those are warlocks that kill themselves voluntarily in order to get, like, lucid dreams or, like, visions of wisdom and blah, blah, blah. And two known ones are Osiris and Toland were Thanatonauts.
Yes. This is true.
So what do we know what drew Osiris to plant the seed here?
Well, yeah, there are two bits of lore that you will find interesting. There is, let's see. There's Sales of Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not Sales of Osiris. It's, I can read it to you. It's, um, in the Trials book. I don't know if you have it. It's
No, probably not.
Trials and Tribulations.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
Is it under the light?
okay. It is on there. Yeah, good question. Let me check.
If it is, I don't see it.
Uh,
If it is, I do not see it. So let me look under Dusk and Dawn. Aspect, Revelation, The Liar. Nope. Hey, wait, did I get all the books for it? Let's see. Yes, I did. Woo! Anyway, yeah, I don't have it. Whatever it is, it's not a darkness book. It's not
should
a.
I read it to you? I think it's Dusk and Dawn.
Oh yeah, then I definitely don't have it. All right, hit me.
Okay. Um,
You mind if I take us to a planet while we talk about this?
yeah, no.
All right,
definitely
cool.
go for
I'm gonna
it.
take us to Io.
Okay.
All right.
It says, Vance had been waiting for this moment since his purpose was revealed to him. He'd often fantasized what it would be like to meet the fabled Osiris. He had imagined the exchange so many times. Brother Vance, I'm indebted to your servitude. You have solved one of the greatest mysteries
Oh
of our
boy.
age. Your dedication, wisdom, and passion inspire me and invigorate my
Wow.
burn. No, great Osiris. It is you who inspired me to become the man you
Oh,
see
Lord.
before you. Together, we can change the
Oh,
world.
this is gonna need new sheets.
This was anything but that moment. You've wrapped your mind around an idea of your own making. I have always tolerated this fawning movement of yours, but this is a step too far. Osiris seed. Brother Vance was awestruck. He stared blankly at Osiris, unsure what he could say to quell his anger and to solve his frustration. What I have discovered is dangerous enough to destroy every man, woman, and child in existence. You're meddling with forces outside your grasp, Osiris reprimanded. I warn you here and now, remove yourself from this lighthouse. Find a simple life, start a family, write music, leave Mercury and this fool's errands
Wow.
behind. Vance considered this. I thought you would be proud. Osiris' sullen grumble told him otherwise. If you hold weight to my words at all, you will honor them. Your duties will be assumed by another.
What?
Vance's chest fell, as if an avalanche had occurred. A cavalcade of dread filled his lungs. He turned away from the man he admired for so long, speechless and demoralized. Standing in front of the mercurial vista before him, overwhelmed and listening, the lush marigold sand slopes sweeping over themselves with each breeze, rushing regular and fluid, cascading down, vexed emplacements, the distant pulsing of an unclaimed patrol beacon. His back now to the structure that once inspired him with its song, it mocked them with a deafening sound. How could he have miscalculated this erroneously? Osiris felt a pang of pity for Ben, but had greater matters to attend to and left without offering a farewell. That was rough, said Eurus sneered. But he was right. Everything he discovered, the implications. I know, Osiris admitted remorsefully, which makes the situation all the more precarious. Osiris, wait! Brother Vance came vaulting out of the lighthouse at a breakneck speed. Here we go. Hush, Sagira. Queen Marsop wanted me to tell you. Van struggled to catch his breath. She wanted me to tell you. Plant the seed.
Huh.
Osiris studied Vance quizzically. I don't know what she means, but she said you would. Vance offered apologetically. I believe I do, Osiris replied, placing his hand on Vance's still heaving shoulder. Thank you. This is quite useful. Well done. With that, Osiris departed. Vance listened as the sails of Osiris took off, the pungent smell of burning fuel from its turbine engine clogging his nostrils, and repeated to himself,
Speak, assistant.
well done, with a slight smile breaking across his lips.
I suppose that will
With a slight smile breaking across his lips.
Yeah.
Man, what kind of reverse psychology? Poor Brother Vance.
Poor brother.
Yeah, man, you need better heroes, Brother Vance. It's a good thing you're blind. At least he doesn't have to stare into the eyes of his disappointment.
Oh my god. So ridiculous.
It's like, come on. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So in his own way, he got him to do what he wanted him to do. Or he got the information he needed in order to do what needed to be done. But he got it from Brother Vance.
He got it from Brother Vance. He got it by way of Brother Vance, but really from Marisov. That was rough. I admit it. But he was told. Plant the seed.
And this was after the bleep hit the fan. Like, this is after Osiris was cast out and, you know, went to the Infinite Forest, and
Yeah.
this is like sometime after all of that, right? Not before it.
Yeah, this is after. So this lore card, you don't get this until Season of Dawn. So definitely after that.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I love how these seemingly innocuous pieces of lore just come together. Although I had a feeling we'd be looking at some Season of Dawn
Yeah.
things. I don't know why. I don't know why I had that feeling. Probably because being charged with light is part of the seasonal mods.
Yeah.
Yeah, you notice that all these arrival mods get you charged with light? Much like the Dawn mods.
Oh yeah, that's true. They brought all that back. That's pretty cool.
Hey, these people are just... They're literally killing me. There's a huge fight going on between the Tookens and the Vex, and I'm stuck in the middle of it. Oh my god! There's a giant battle royale going on here in the middle. Remember where the Seraph event used to be? Yeah, I just happened to find myself over here, and yeah, it's batshit. It's shit bat. It's shit bat crazy.
It's shit.
Like, I'm disappearing so I can switch my weapons around. That's how rough it is in these streets.
Wow.
Yeah, see, there's a giant ogre. There's a blight next to a Vex. I don't know. There was a champion just randomly rolling around. Also, why is this a thing now? Anybody else notice this, or is it just me? That champions are a thing? Not in ordeals? What are these non-ordeals champions?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing out here in these streets.
I mean, you know, you can help me kill this thing any minute now. If, the marionette is overload, so I can keep getting them. But the wizard and the ogre are, you beast!
I'm like barely doing any damage, honestly. I don't know why.
Really? Well, what level are you these days?
thousand of 13 or something like that, or 11.
I mean, that's not bad.
No, it's weird that I'm not doing as much damage as I should be.
You know,
I mean, I guess I am damaging this thing.
everything in the world is telling me, you know what? Don't do that. Don't upgrade your quick fang. Urgh! Ow. Just gonna,
Uh-oh.
because it's gonna be sunset. Where did it go? What the fuck? How did? What?
No,
Did-
disappeared.
Ah,
How did that happen?
you know, sometimes you feel like a butt, and sometimes sometimes you don't. I still want to point out the lovely, 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 lovely storytelling detail that our Ios Seraph Tower is still being up. Love that. Loved it. Because it makes sense.
It makes sense. It's cool. I like it.
So I guess one thing I've always wondered is like, you know, what exactly is going to happen to Mercury? Like, is Osiris gonna abandon Mercury and the Vex are just gonna fully convert it over and that'll be it for Mercury? Because I mean, Mercury's a giant circle. No one likes Mercury. I in fact only go to Mercury because I think is the funniest audio punchline I've ever heard, and I just like doing it. Yeah, like that's the.
Oh, really? You only go there?
Yeah, like that's the kind of thing I expect to hear. Like if I go into my bank account and it's overdrawn, I expect to hear that. Like just following immense disappointment. You know when you go to the train station and your train is pulling out as you're coming down the stairs. I just, you know, I feel like it just works for all of those times when life has got you down. So, other than that, though, I really don't find much utility in Mercury now. At least you can use vehicles now, so you can like race laps with your friends. And race laps around.
Yeah, that's true.
The best SRL track.
That they changed that.
Like a little, it's like an SRL NASCAR track, you know. Sorry, we're on IO because Contact is here, but I figured I was gonna do a public event while I did a public event, and then there happened to be a boatload of Taken here, and I think I needed to kill some Taken. I picked up Asher's bounties, just because. Hey, why not?
Okay.
But you know, some of these prismatic. Oh no, you're dead. I'm checking my quests right now. Just keep distracting them so they keep looking at you. Get melee kills, public events.
Oh,
Taken.
really? Okay.
What is this? Defeat people with void, heavy grenade launchers, and defeat guardians. Why do they keep doing this? That's okay. Why do they keep doing this to us? I don't want to defeat enemies with heavy grenade launchers. Arrgh! Oh, I saw that. That's hilarious. Look at you. What? What happened? I shot it with an arrow. Where are you?
Oh.
Alright, there you go. Yeah, there we go.
I'm
There we
right
go.
next to this crazy fallen thing.
Boop. So the way I've got my hunter set up is literally perfect for sword play. Yeah, because help me out. It's actually unstoppable. It's going to kill me. Yeah, because I get charged. All right, get this. If I get multi-kills with pulse rifles, machine guns, or sidearms, I get charged with light for rapidly defeating enemies with that. Then I've got another mod on that uses a stack of charged with light to improve my sword damage for 5 seconds. Like each stack gives me 5 seconds. Yeah, so It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. The weapons power up the thingy, and then I use, and then you know, it in turn makes my quick fang beastly. So it all revolves around meleeing things with a sword. Even though I'm probably never gonna let go of this thing until like 2 seasons from now.
Fortunately, you
Bungie's
don't
taking my
have to.
quick fang away from me. No, they're sunsetting it. Both of the special exotics are getting sunset. The
Yeah, I
crown
know.
splitter and the quick fang are getting sunset. I'm like, why? Y'all don't want hunters to run special anymore? Like I can't run like Naruto anymore?
Maybe they'll just introduce something else.
That's like this? They
Or
haven't
better.
done it for 3 years. I mean, warlocks didn't even get a special sword.
True.
Yeah, y'all got shafted. They figured you were powerful enough. They were like, look, they already need nerfs. Why give them a special sword on top of it and just make the problem worse? So I can understand that reasoning.
Yeah, we don't actually need any.
They were like, they
more.
already have arc souls. They don't need a special
Yeah.
sword. They're good.
Warlocks do not need any nerfs whatsoever.
Warlocks need all the nerfs. You want to help some of these people do contact or no?
Do not.
I was actually thinking about going into see. You want to see what the dungeon looks like? I mean,
Yeah.
contact
I
is
do.
a good way to get engrams. So if you want to pick up some engrams, if you haven't spent a lot of your essence or whatever yet, you know, that's a thing.
Mhm.
I can pick up 15 motes. I can pick up 15 motes now, which is pretty cool. Because what that means on the side,
Is this contact?
yes it is.
Like,
Because what that means on the side is that so get this. When you do if you deposit 15 motes, it spawns a heavy ammo crate next to the bank. Yeah, so if you've ever wondered why there's a heavy ammo crate next to the bank occasionally, yeah. Somebody deposited 15 motes at once. Hey, this is literally like Gambit the mobile game. Now on the App Store. And it's a great way to do to do your bounties. This is a Trinity Ghoul fiesta right here. This is the Trinity Ghouls.
I am having trouble finding you.
I'm doing the contact event. Are you still in the Are you still near the
I don't know what
Pyramidion?
happened.
Or are you in the Lost Oasis?
Yeah, I think.
That's probably why you're still near the.
Yeah, I'm just fast. I'm fast.
There you
traveling,
go.
yeah.
All right. That's cool because I need an unstoppable somebody with an unstoppable weapon. That's not how I roll.
Okay.
I'm using a submachine gun. I mean, the only other thing I have that has the only other thing I have that has unstoppable on it is my hand cannon. And I'm using the chaperone right now because submachine guns.
Okay.
Where am I?
Oh yeah,
60%.
I should. Let's see. Maybe I should do.
Alright, I'm on 60%. Not too bad.
Nice.
This thing refills itself. Even though the perfect thing would be the Risk Runner, probably, because Vex, electricity's all over the place.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, it's a submachine gun. Perfect.
That it is, my dear, that it is. I would get mine, but it's too difficult. Titans?
Taken scouts. Wipe them away before Savathun
Titan.
takes notice.
Okay, no, maybe the Warlock. Oh, actually, I think it was the Warlock. No, it's nobody.
What
I'm looking
happened?
for my Risk Runner. I can't find it.
What do you... Oh, your wrist runner.
It's in the vault. It would be. There it is.
Okay.
Let me do my quick pause for inventory. Alright, there we go. Unstoppable hand cannon and a risk runner. Oh yeah, I also need a machine gun. I'm probably gonna die. Just a heads up. I might die.
I'm
Oh,
dead.
well, thank you for taking on the mantle of death. Appreciate it. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be me,
And
but you know,
unstoppable hand cannon.
clearly you were willing to lay on the line and let another guardian crawl over you. The sacrifice play. Captain America talked about that. So you found yourself playing Contact.
Oh, is that what he was
Fellow
talking
Guardian on your team has paused this game. I know what you're thinking. Why in a game where you can't pause would someone pause in the middle of an active firefight?
Yeah, that's a great.
And I know the easy answer is that, yeah, well, you're a Guardian. You have unlimited lives. Not when you've been hit in the face by a Hydra and fly across IO, you're not. The time you spend running back to your teammates would be better spent DPSing. Now they failed a public event. And everybody's looking at you. No one's dancing. Not a single one. Remember this feeling. I'm just like, eh. I'm sorry.
Captain America's kind of a jerk, isn't he?
It's
I mean, it feels like he's been through.
like he's done about 230 of these already, and with no end in sight.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like, he's not even sure what he's saying anymore.
So you were caught flying your underwear from the flagpole. Mm. It's like just every single goof and gaff that you could think of in high school. Captain America's got you covered.
You got the temper.
Pretty sure he's like a war criminal now, so. Not sure if we're still listening to him. Yeah! Oh, he took my bloom. Alright, I see how it is. I'm gonna take my blooms. My garden blooms. I think my favorite thing about this mode in general is just the Drifter and Eris's banter.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is stop it.
This is bananas.
I wish actual Gambit got this crazy.
Right?
Wait, get close to me again. Someone get close to me. There we go. This machine gun has firing line. It does more damage when teammates are close to me.
Yeah.
Like every time you got close to me, I saw the buff, and then it left me.
Ooh.
Alright, disappearing again. Bye. You doing the Rambo thing again?
Yeah.
That your Rise of Iron war cry?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, 12 motes, 12 motes. Need 3 more.
19% insanity. Always be the
I'm
positive.
trying to get one more so I can get us the heavy ammo crate.
Okay.
You heathens won't let me pick up one mote!
That's not me. I don't have any.
I love it when the lightning warlock flies right past my face, picks up a mote in front of me and says, "It's not me!" And I'm like, man, that's the same thing you was doing. That's the same thing you was doing yesterday. It's not me. It's like yoink. What? Am I a joke to you?
No.
I'm gonna string her up by her cloak. Oh, that was a headbutt. He did his Titan brethren
That was a
Titan
heads
brethren
up.
proud.
I saw that.
That was very well played. Oh wow, there's a lot of moats over here. Just gonna capitalize. Excuse me, guys.
I don't- What? This is very confusing.
We have a minute to get 53%.
I do it.
I believe in us. I've got 12 moats again. Oh man. Alright guys. Come on. Can I get some art conductor over here? Can I? No? No? Y'all are gonna G me? No! Something tells me you don't keep your moats when you die. Yeah.
Now you drop them.
I don't think we're making it. Not unless somebody's just got a boatload of moats on them, like, right this second and is about to deposit them right this second. I think we lost it. Nope. Booty.
Yeah.
Oh, picking up all this heavy ammo.
In and out. This place is tapped. Scrubbing the bank for our next
Man.
drop.
Quicken your pace, both of you.
Maybe.
Soon our prize will be spent, and there are miles to go before we rest.
Oh, it's nothing. Okay.
I'm just saying, this just does not look better by the day. It looks worse by the day.
What looks worse by the way?
That! Also, did you notice that, you know the little symbol on the darkness book? On Eris's little tome? That little maze pattern is imprinted on the ground all around the cradle. Did you notice that?
Oh, I did
Yeah,
not
look at
notice
the
that.
ground. Look at the ground surrounding to and leading up to the cradle. Those little maze patterns are etched into the surface. All over the place.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
I mean, I don't want to say Rick James called it, but I mean, Rick James might have called it. I think darkness is spreading. Darkness, everybody! Darkness is spreading!
Oh.
Twin brother darkness! Darkness! Delirious! Evil! Mother... Yeah.
Ooh,
They should have never gave you pyramid syzygy! What? What?
cannibal.
Did you say cannabis?
Oh, the
Did you say the
cannibal.
stickiest of
Oh,
the icky?
Asher left stuff behind.
Gonna smoke with your old boy Asher Moon? No? Okay. It is hard out here for a pimp. You make it so difficult. I'm just setting them up and you're just leaving them there.
It was funny. I was laughing.
I know. You were having too much fun. What are these, star maps? Concentrated darkness is coalescing nearby? Oh, that means contact.
More stuff Asher left.
Oh.
Yeah, there's more
Before
contact
the
over here.
accident, he used to go
No.
on fire teams. Can you imagine?
No, I cannot imagine running a strike with Asher Mir. I would probably die.
No.
Actually, I'm not entirely unsure that running a strike with me isn't like running a strike with Asher Mir, so... Better hold my tongue there for a second. What do you mean there's no Radiolarian Lake there? Of course there is! It's like, yeah. Sounds about the same blind self-assuredness. Wrapped in a robot arm. And having completed the internet. So too would you have a big head had you beaten the internet, like I have.
I'd be worried.
Commander Zavala has far more to orchestrate than a back alley.
It's true that you have beaten the internet.
Why does she call him
I
Rat?
find myself experiencing more difficulty than usual today. I can hold the complications at bay, but I'll need your
Eris Morn is like everybody's mom.
bank offline. Taking signatures all over it.
Did you just hear Eris Morn shut Asher Mir up?
Oh no.
Eris Morn is a boss. Even Asher Mir won't stand up to Eris Morn. He's like, oh, I need help gathering my supplies. Like, yeah, that's right, Asher. Know your place. Eris Morn is here. She's not taking your ish. Yeah, imagine trying to tell Eris Morn you know more about the darkness than she does. She'll just stare at you with her 3 eyeballs. Her 3 beady eyes. You have to imagine, though, she's probably like a legend. Especially since she disappeared.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you know, she went from being the crazy lady under the steps to once all this darkness started manifesting, it's like, ah, crap. Now we have to listen to Eris.
Yeah, which is why I thought it was so cool when Zavala called her over and was like, hey, don't leave. You know, we need you at the tower.
Yeah, Zavala likes his duty, you know, but you know, if anybody can do the thing that has to be done, it's Eris.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if
Yeah.
anybody's going to do the thing, it's absolutely going to be her. I need help killing this barrier,
Yeah.
dude. Thank you. You're trying to take my bloom. I see you, fool. That's what I thought. How dare you try to take my blooms? Got more blooms than spring. Beating a dog with a bloom. Alright, I only have 13 motes.
With the bloom.
With a bloom. See that? That's a full charge right there. Yeah. You mean these aren't your taken? Oh dear, these aren't his tookens.
Uh-oh.
I need to switch weapons. I need to switch to a sword and to the graviton lance, which is unfortunate because that's like 3 weapon swaps. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Happiness achieved.
Yay.
Times like this, I know I wish I was oh gosh. Whoever this Titan is, he's hysterical. It's killing me. Oh, I'm only charged with light. I don't have any. Oh. Oh, also, when I'm charged with light, when I revive someone, it gives me health.
I think I have the same mod.
I think it seems like almost every day he's got a new mod.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
See this? Oh, why can't I use this weapon forever?
Which
The
weapon
quick
are you
thing.
using?
Quick Fang, Graviton Lance, and spare rations. What? Thoughts? Thoughts?
No, for
It's unfortunate.
I was thinking the same thing about the Risk Runner. I'm like, man, I really like this
The
thing.
Risk Runner's not getting sunset. It's not a legendary. Holy butt.
That's true, it's not.
Yeah, none of the exotics, as far as I know, are getting sunset, and none of them should ever be, I feel, ever. Don't sunset exotics. Not unless they're, like, obscene. Like, they had to sunset the Galahorn for very good meta reasons, you know, but They ended up bringing it back because,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's one of the most iconic weapons of all time.
Mhm.
Seriously. Like, other than, like, alright, other than, say, like, the gravity gun or the BFG, can you think of another weapon that single-handedly defines an entire era of a video game, or a weapon that is very synonymous with the game itself, as the Gjallarhorn was with Destiny? Like, was there anyone who played Destiny who did
No,
not want a Gjallarhorn?
No. No weapon acquisition caused the amount of euphoria.
Oh, man. Oh, God. You should watch Evan's videos. He's if Bife is like the in-game lore daddy, Evan is like the community lore daddy. And he chronicles like the Vault of Glass and when Crota's End was released. You know, the Lie of Fellwinter. The day the Forges broke the community. When the Niobe Labs broke the community. I like his raid world's first videos. Those are also really good. Like when he chronicles the race to first for each raid. The Vault of Glass one is great.
Yeah.
The Last Wish one is probably my favorite one. Like just seeing how that raid blew people's minds. Like when they realized, like they beat Riven. Like when the first team beat Riven, they were all sitting around like, wait, nothing's happening. Wait, okay, all right, guys, what's going on? What's happening? It should have ended by now. Wait, where's our weapons? Where's our stuff? Everything. They're like freaking out, and then one of them just goes, and then he jumps into Riven's mouth, and they're like, oh my god, it's not over yet. Everybody get inside the body! Yes, you have to like run inside of his body. You have to run inside of Riven's body and actually kill its heart, like its black heart. And that's when you're done. And they killed it just in time, like right when it was about to get them, they killed it. It's like, Bungie, you cards.
Wow.
Just when you think you're done.
I would love.
You are, yeah. I'll send you the link. It's great. It's great watching them all like freak out when they realize just what they're into, and I think that's like the best part about doing raids the first time. Is like figuring out all the hoo-ha, because they really don't tell you anything. All the puzzles, you really have to figure it out on your own. Have the patience of a god, because it's definitely trial and error. Oh man, that reminds me. I found a video of me doing Wrath of the Machine. Yep.
Really?
There's footage. And footage of Crota's End.
I'd love to see that.
The real way, okay? We did not cheese it. Because I think I took the video during the Age of Triumph when they fixed it. They fixed all of the glitches in Crota's End.
I think you and I did it together, and we did not choose it.
Nah. I think by the time you got around to doing it, we were already in the Age of Triumph. Like, when Crota's End first came out, it was so broken. It was so busted. There used to be a glitch where you get Crota to fall to one knee and then unplug your network cable from your router, and he'd stay down on one knee, and you could just beat him to death. Yeah, like do you know that until the Rage of Triumph, I had actually never done Crota's End start to finish without cheesing it in some way? Like, you could cheese the Thrall at the beginning by standing on this one particular rock until the bridge formed. You wouldn't have to kill any of the enemies. You could just stand there and let the Thrall just keep hitting the rock like... Or you could just sit back and... or go into one of the caves and don't let the crushing darkness get you. And or the second part with the bridge. The preferred method. So you'd jump with your warlock or someone similar. You jump all the way to the top of one of the towers.
Mm-hmm.
Like you and the rest of the fire team would jump all the way to the top, right? With icebreakers. Preferably icebreakers because they don't run out of ammo. and snipe the sword bearer. Right? The one person picks up the sword, goes across the bridge on his own, right? Makes it to the other side. Does not fight or kill the sword bearer. Then everyone who's taken refuge at the top of the tower snipes all the enemies on the other side until all of the enemies literally despawn. And then boom, the bridge forms.
Oh.
So instead of the way we had to do it, if you remember, one's, stand on the plates,
Yeah.
kill the enemies, kill the sword bearer, one person goes across with the sword, defeats. Then one person goes across, defeats. Then one person, and then the people on the other side have to make the bridge for you. And yeah, we used to skip all of that by sending one person across with a sword, jumping up high enough above the stage to despawn all the enemies, and then snipe whoever's remaining with the icebreaker until it gave us the clear. Like, every section had a funky ass cheese, and it was hilarious. I loved it. It was so funny. Oh no, I don't think we're gonna make it.
Well, we're the only ones.
Really? Oh, then I'm proud of us.
Yeah.
I mean, at least we made it to heroic.
I'm not gonna risk my gear for nothing. Break
Yeah.
off and we'll try again later.
Where are you? I see an X where you used to be.
I died. Yeah, I don't know what everybody else is doing. Like, I guess I'm not sure exactly how we beat that.
You need it's a major complaint of some people in the community, and including our resident Destiny correspondent at Forbes, that if the public event is going to, if the seasonal event is going to be a public event, make it match made. Because instead you run into this escalation protocol, Seraph Tower like situation where you could just be putting in all this work only to ultimately fail because there's either not enough people, or they're not doing what they're supposed to do, or it's like a through no fault of your own fail, Which is weird because the Vex offensive and the Sundial had matchmaking. So it's weird that, we have another public event that's, a little bit hit or miss. I mean, I don't mind it terribly, but rarely do I run into groups that are just like, yeah, all right, let's crush this beast. I've only finished this event like 9 times, I think. I mean, not like on heroic and like 100% bank and 100% affinity. But it's cool. Do you want to see what prophecy looks like?
Yes, I do. I'm dying.
Okay, I figured we just play this for a little bit and get some Umbral engrams because, you want to catch Bungie while they're still crazy.
You're ridiculous. I see you.
Sorry.
Showtime. Going haywire all around you.
The darkness tempts our
All
aggressors
right,
with
let's
promises
see.
of power,
Oh wow, Whisper of the Worm is open. Well, if you ever want to do the Whisper,
offering
it's open.
You ever seen a free
I think I still remember the path too. Oh god, Whisper. Yeah, the quest for Whisper of the Worm. It's like 0 hour. It's a funky ass path through a funky ass place in a funky ass way. And it's timed. I think for Whisper, I think you have 18 minutes or something like that, 17 minutes.
Oh, I was wondering what that
Yeah.
was.
See, it used that portal. The portal for the Whisper used to pop up right where we're standing at set intervals. You used to just have to wait around here until an envoy of Savathun appeared, and then when you killed the knight, this giant portal would appear, and then you, and if you had a fire team of 3 people, preferably 3 people, could just jump in and do it.
Oh,
Yeah. And it's one of those crazy things. But you definitely needed 3 people, especially when Whisper was like in vogue. It was pretty tough. It had like 3 bosses. It was fun. We've still got 0 hour to do, by the by.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let me know when you want to tackle that again. We can get a little bit further. Last time I think you saw the outside of the tower. You finally saw the outer wall, what it looks like to the common folk. All right, so because I don't think it has any qualifying rabble aside from picking it, we're gonna jump into Prophecy. The dungeon that day one someone decided should have a 1040 power cap.
Yeah, why not?
1040 power cap.
Why not?
Why does it have a 1040 power cap?
Because Bungie feeds on salty tears.
Bungie is addicted to the salt. I don't approve.
Yeah.
I do not approve. I believe I perform just well when I'm not salty, okay? This is reverse psychology. It's unnecessary, Bungie. It's unnecessary. I'm just fine. All you have to do is show me that your darkness engrams are deceptively decoding at higher than advertised light levels, and all I'm going to do is just, that's as far as we need to go. Right? Right? We don't need to go any further than that. Well, we're going to see, because the last time I tried this dungeon, I think I was like 1,005. And it was,
How'd that go?
it was a nightmare. Yeah, it was a nightmare. That was terrible. I distinctly remember hating life when I attempted it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not happy.
What?
What?
Heaven
The
slash
nine can see the
hell.
rift and read their fate. Isaac,
Okay.
there is much to learn from them.
Hey, we're just here to see what they have to say about light and dark. Out. Got it?
Into the hall.
Guardian, do you read?
This is a part of the hall I've never been in.
I got this. Go back to yelling at that tree.
You need a handler, Rat. And the Guardian needs
Call him Rat.
Suit yourself, Three Eyes.
They have such a wonderfully endearing disdain for each other. It's like Stewie and Brian. How's it going, dog? It's like, he says it with love. He says it with love, but oh no, you're
Yeah.
dead. It didn't even say Guardian down. It just... Did you really appear all the way back here?
Damn. Yeah, I don't know why that happened.
Bring your finest anti-Tooken weapons. See, this is what I don't understand. There's a knight back here that is not going to have as easy a time killing me as he did the last time I was here. Do you remember me? Remember me, Eddie? When I killed your brother, I talked just like this. It was like... Yeah. One down. Oh, wait, he dropped some motes. He dropped dark motes. I have dark motes that seem to only last a limited time.
Oh,
I have no idea.
I
don't know.
Modes?
What do you do with dark motes? Oh, wait, it looks like there's like a fountain over here. Do I purify him in the waters of Lake Minnetonka first? Okay, maybe I stick him in this dark thingy. Okay. That did not do what I thought it would do. Yeah, that didn't do what I thought it would do, so I'm gonna try a different strategy next time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I was carrying 3 dark motes, and then there's like a pool over there that has darkness coming out of it, and a pool that has light coming out of it. But I stood in both of them, and
Oh.
oh yeah. Can you revive? If you can, just revive. Okay,
I
yeah.
can
If you can do that,
respond.
just do that.
Yeah.
Okay, this thing is still obscenely strong. And I still can't really take it head on as much as I want to. Yeah, we're both going to have to like fire at this thing at the same time.
Yeah, okay. There's the
I'm stacking malfeasances on top of it, but I figure that's the best strategy since
Alright,
this gun
maybe
does
that
extra damage to tookens. I don't know if you need a certain amount of dark motes or what, but if you do, you want to tackle the other one. Oh god, you're gonna die.
Guardian down.
Dear, you cannot die.
I mean, I can't help it. They're much, much stronger than I am.
Maybe you deposit dark motes in the light
I can
part.
just avoid
Okay,
them.
maybe you don't. What do you do with this thing? What am I supposed to do with these motes, man? Alright, well, I lost them. Those motes are limited time, it seems.
Oh.
What are these little lights above the,
Okay,
these little lights above the
weird.
globe? What do you think these are? It has to do something with these two little fountains. See these two little fonts over here? There's got to be something that you do with these. I see 3 white lights. So what do you think that means? That the door needs like 3 motes or something?
Interesting. I just.
Valid question. I do like that I went from obliterated to barely surviving. That's definitely a step up from last time.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, see, I'm standing in this little font, but it's not doing anything. Even when I stand in this little darkness one, nothing really happens.
Oh, this is
What?
interesting. Okay, so do you have like a weird? Do you have like something weird on the edges of your
No.
vision, like an aura
No.
of some sort? No. Okay. So when I go through this, I turn dark, and if I go through it again,
If you go
I
through
turn
what?
light. Right.
Holy shit, I have light
Right
motes
here,
now.
this little fountain.
Wait, now I have light motes. Alright, what thing did you walk through that turned you a certain color? Because I need to go through that thing quickly.
I walk through these fountains.
Oh, well, I'm standing in the light fountain with the light motes and nothing's happening. Okay. Maybe I have to touch these little white things up here. What are these white things? What are these? Damn it! Ugh. This is too obtuse. It doesn't make sense to my brain. I'm just picking up dark motes and light motes for no reason. That's all I'm doing is just picking up random dark motes and light motes. But you got an aura? Are you sure that's just not the light coming out of these things? Like, are you just sure you just weren't peering through the light that's already contained in these things?
Guardian down.
No. So if
Did you have a new
look.
status, like charged with light or something? Like, anything to indicate?
no, see right now, there's like an aura around me. Like
What does that mean?
it's dark.
Does the screen say anything?
Like, hold
What
on.
does your screen say?
No, it just looks like the edges of my vision have like some dark, squiggly like aura things around it, and I'm trying to figure out what will change it.
I don't know, picking up dark motes maybe?
Or okay, it just huh.
Well, I've got the dark motes again.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and beat this Taken Knight to death. Give me your motes! Alright, now I've got 4 dark motes. I've got the maximum amount of dark motes! Oh, wait. Okay, so when you pick up 5, it goes to max. And I think I can dunk them in the dark fountain now? Or not! I don't know! I've just got dark motes max! I don't know what that means. Or what to do with it. Oh. Oh, okay. I
What'd you
threw
do
it.
with them?
I threw it into the fountain.
Oh, you threw
Yeah,
it.
you start carrying it like an orb or like something similar. Alright, so my path to success has been sneaking up on these knights with my invisibility and then beating them to death with my sword, so I'm going to keep doing that. That seems to be working out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to get to light motes max and see what happens when we dunk that into the alternate fountain. See, the Quick Fang is out here saving lives, y'all. These are dark motes. No! Dang it. Something tells me that light motes and dark motes...
Whoops.
Oh god. Can I get an can I get a rift?
I'll bring myself back so you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm beating a knight to death with my sword.
Ooh.
Dark motes again. I think I need light motes. So I guess I have to just keep randomly killing these guys until they drop 6 or at least 5 light motes. I think 5 light motes makes a big throwable one. Oh, wait, you can tell by looking at their feet? Wait, no, you can't. Never mind. I was gonna say, I wonder how to tell whether or not they're gonna drop dark or light motes, but I don't know if I can't really tell. Yeah, they all look the same. I thought the dark ones had like a dark aura around their feet, but no, I was lying to myself. More dark motes. All right, we're at dark motes max again. I don't think this is gonna do anything, but let's try to throw it in the light one. Watch, nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna go. Yeah, see, that didn't do nothing. I need at least 5. Nah, I need 5 light motes. We need to get light ones. The problem is they randomly seem to be popping out of these guys. Does not seem to be any rhyme or reason. No!
No.
Are you doing anything other than dying over and over?
Well, I'm really trying to figure out what this
Help me kill these knights.
does.
I've already figured it out.
Okay.
Help me kill these knights and get me some light motes. So we can get the F out of here. Okay, what was this? Damn it, these are dark ones! Oh great, I'm out of sword ammo.
Oh, come on.
The sword ammo was the cornerstone of that strategy. Now what will I do without sword ammo?
No.
I mean, I guess I could use the, what's it called?
Did you
The
get,
blight thingy? Maybe that'll work.
Did you get light mode?
Yes, I
at any
did.
point?
Yes, I
You
did.
did? Okay, I think I know what makes it so you can get light mode. I think you have to step over here and then kill the knight.
Oh, have the white shit on my screen.
Yeah, I have the white shit on your screen. Cause every time I die, I come back, I have the black shit on my
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Once I go there, yeah, so I think
You're
that's what
right.
it is.
All right. Well, I'm out of all of my powerful weapons, so butt cheeks to me. I have no sword ammo, and I don't even have ammo for my grenade launcher right now. So.
I don't have any heavy either.
And the heavy is the cornerstone to our strategy there, because that's what I was using to beat these knights to death.
Yeah.
I should use the graviton lance and just get charged with light, but yeah, the dark crap is on my screen again. Okay, so okay, that's a doable beat.
Yeah, and like heading in this direction, it's like deadly. Like they get really mad.
Oh, really?
Like, what are you doing all the way over there? You shouldn't be over there. Are you sure you're in the right neighborhood?
You came to the wrong house, fool.
Yeah.
Wait. Yes, it made me light motes.
Yeah.
All right. The black crap is on my screen again. And now the white crap is on my screen again. And now the black crap is on my screen again.
Yeah.
What is controlling the white crap and the black crap?
I'm not sure. I thought it was stepping through this thing, but it seems to change randomly now. Like, weird.
God! Ugh. Oh, well, it's so much for
Uh-oh.
that. Too much of this is depending on me. I need your help.
I am trying to help you.
I need your help killing these things. Not the ads, the knights.
Okay.
Do I have to like kill him from downtown? Like when you go into the dark, is that what makes you?
He should
Like-
he's
No, but
done.
what I'm saying
Done, go
is,
grab the moat.
when I'm out in the open, my screen glows white. When I'm in the dark, my screen glows dark. So I gotta stand in this white area and kill these knights then, basically, is what the game is telling me. Shit!
Oh.
Fuck!
What?
God damn it. You don't understand. Every time I die, I lose all the moats I was carrying.
Mm-hmm.
I have to have at least 5 to make a
Oh,
moat.
I see.
That's why I need, like, fuck these ads. Help me kill the knights. Yeah, so you have to stand in the light and kill these things in order to get light moats. If you're standing in the dark, you get dark moats. That's what's controlling the aura on our screens where we're standing.
So here,
Yeah.
the light. Here's the, yes. Okay.
Guardian down.
Oh, that's
Oh.
cute. To get white moats, you gotta kill these knights the bitch made way. Like, for lack of better terminology, I mean, yeah, pretty much. Alright, we're gonna go for the one in the middle next. Middle. Come with me. Mm-hmm.
Middle.
We got
The
19
rift right
seconds.
here.
No! You know what? Fuck this thing. We're gonna do the middle first and then the left. I don't know why I keep going middle second anyway. Middle is harder because the one on the left is right next to the damn fountain. We're killing the middle one first. My brain hurts already. I'm gonna walk up to him and smack him a couple of times with a sword. Oh wait, he's not. Oh, there he is.
Oh. Yeah. How did you throw them?
The right trigger. Alright, the one in the middle is weakened. I'm gonna go and weaken the one on the left.
On the left? Okay.
Alright, there we go. So now for both of them, we only need to do minimal damage on both of them. Alright? As long as we stay in the light, we should have this cooked.
Okay. The one in the
The one on the left is next.
left.
Remember, stay in the light so that we get light motes. Oh, you got him.
Grab
Alright,
them
good.
up.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
And that is why I vanish. And turkey.
Did you do it?
Yeah. Yep, the door's open.
Yay!
Some crazy shit. Stand in the light and kill it. Like, what? I tell you, they save all the galaxy brains for this content. Whenever they make dungeons, they save the galaxy brains for. We're in heaven/hell. Oh god.
I feel like we need to do it. Oh, that actually makes
Oh god,
sense.
we're doing it
now.
again. Yep, we got 2
We're
fountains.
gonna have to do it again.
A lot more mixed darkness and light areas just to fook with you that little bit more. And every time you die, they start you all the way back here. Lord. Well,
Oh lord.
now that we know what this is like, we can definitely come back here when we're 1040. with a third person.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna have to do that with a third
This-
person. For
This
sure.
is insanity. I mean, at least we don't have to do this part anymore, but, you know, still. That second part is even more full of BS.
Yeah, but
Oh god, they got you.
Yeah,
They were
it's
just
like-
like, no. The vault is our master. The vault chooses who will go and who will stay. Ouch. Oh, I see. Oh no, I don't see. Never mind, I don't see shit. I thought I saw something, but I thought I saw. But no, I thought this one was gonna have different requirements for what fully charged meant, but I don't think it does. I think it just looks different. It's like cosmetic. There's just a little bit more ambiguity about what kind of area you're standing in because there's shadows all over the place here.
Mhm.
I will say though, the seasonal works really well on these night echoes. Yeah, melees and the seasonal work really well on these guys. Ha! Light motes. Bitch. This is just a bitch ass nigga. Look at him. Look at him. He's a bitch. Ah! No, I did it. I
Okay.
almost got the light motes. Okay, but yeah. So.
Yeah.
Noobs. Damn noobs.
Oh, I'm the noob.
Who's the one depositing the motes? Who's the one that's 1022?
With my help. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Why does no one like people think these motes deposit themselves, right? I mean, I'm confused here because I mean, Mia. Can you just tell me like how these motes are getting into these fountains? Because clearly they must be doing it on their own.
Apparently, they're just dropped. I think so. That's probably what's happening. I think that's. I don't think so. Actually.
Ah. It's always it's different now that I have a subclass that can turn invisible. Now, who is laughing now? So, that is prophecy. The prophecy was not fulfilled,
Okay.
though
Not today.
the curse of Gabriel lives on in our hearts and minds. That having been said, how'd you feel about that?
Appropriately challenged.
Appropriately challenging. You feel appropriately challenged?
Yeah, I mean, it's level 1040. I wasn't expecting to really.
You could have made it.
But it's for.
Keep
We
hope
could
alive.
have,
You know, I came down here alone.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to do. And thankfully you were here to help me figure that out, because the first time I came here I was just like, why do I keep killing these things? They just keep reappearing. I don't understand this. But they're really powerful. I think I'm going to leave. Like, that's exactly what happened. Like, I killed the knight once or twice, and then I just got kind of annoyed because I had no idea what I was doing, so I just left. This time we actually figured out, at least we figured out the mechanic of the first area. It's always a good thing, right?
Yeah. The second area looks about the same. It just looks more complicated. Because there's like more shadow.
There's more shadow and more light. I feel like in the second area, it's easier to get light.
Yeah.
It's easier to get light motes and harder to get dark motes in the second area, because the shadowy areas are so like tiny. You know, it's pretty much the opposite of this place. All right. You ready there? You ready? Want to get your revenge on them?
Yeah.
Get your revenge!
Guardian down.
Come back, revive yourself. Get your revenge while the tether is still alive. Get your revenge. Revenge.
Vengeance!
There's a lot of special ammo, you know. You gotta. I have a chance to drop special ammo for my allies. It's part of my perks.
Yeah.
These
nice.
mods will make you a definite team necessity, I will tell you. Like, we can buff each other with these things. Like, if I use a pulse rifle, it gets me charged with light. If you're standing nearby, when I use my super, you'll get some charged with light. If I revive you with charged with light, I get a health boost, so I can just, run into utter danger and revive you. And then, it also powers up my sword. These mods are tight. I like the way they work together. Unfortunately, I pretty much had to take off all of my Warmind Cell mods to make this possible. Warmind Cell mods, you will be missed. But these arrival mods are cool.
Well, there are no more Warmind cells.
7th Seraph weapons makes Warmind Cells, boo-boo.
Okay.
So as long as I'm using like a 7th Seraph auto rifle, or yeah, you can still make Warmind Cells. As per the mods. It's just that the, the opportunity to get those weapons is gone. Because Rasputin is gone. And I heard the loot pool for this place, believe it or not, is one of the loot pools is for weapons here are the Ikelos weapons.
I heard that
That's
too.
awesome. Because I never got the shotgun. Never got the shotgun. I think the only thing I got was the hand cannon and the sniper rifle.
Same, actually.
I forgot what the other two weapons were. I know one of them was the infamous shotgun. At least, they already nerfed it. But the infamous shotgun, and I forgot what the last one was. What was it, a pulse rifle, a sword or something? A grenade launcher? It was something. I think it was a sidearm or something. I don't know. Anywho, you want to go back to the tower?
Yeah.
As much as I love this place, Oh, there's 2 engrams over here. Excuse me. Did you get the new sword yet?
No.
Check this
I don't
out.
have the sword
Check this
yet.
out. Look. Did you see that? You missed it. Okay. All right.
I kinda missed it.
It's a raise lighter. It's basically a legendary raise lighter. It shoots little lightning bolts from it. And apparently, there's another. There's a sword that you get at level 30 on the season pass. That's basically the Dark Drinker. Like it has Whirlwind Blade. The Zelda. Spin around with your blade out and your cheeks out. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Apparently, it does a crap ton of damage in a way that people think is probably going to be nerfed soon. Apparently, that sword does a lot of damage. Oh, and people are apparently killing raid bosses with 1 hit with the seasonal.
Wow.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I love how our only objective is seek an audience with the 9. Defeat any target with heavy grenade launchers. Heavy grenade launchers? Like the colony? Or maybe some other time. Let us go to the tour. I will be right back. Holy crap. Somebody on my friends list, his clan's name is Yeet! Infrared Giraffe. That's his name. What's the name of his...
Infrared
That's his name.
giraffe.
Whoa, what is that sword? His sword is called It Stared Back. That thing looks cool. It's not as cool as my sword, but... Launch a heavy upper... Looks like he got it from... Well, no, it looks like it came from the Red War campaign. Oh, he has Outbreak perfected. I'm going to look at his gun and screenshot the lore card on it. We'll get that gun soon enough, boo. Directive equals kill while enemies equal present. Execute / directive. Funky.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I wasn't joking. Yeah, no, I'm seriously screenshotting the lore card on the gun. This weapon creates Siva nanite swarms on rapid hits and precision kills. I have a bone to pick with this weapon. Like, this weapon completely eluded me in Destiny 1. And I want to get it in this game. I'm not going to have it skip me in 2 Destinies. I have to. I've never used the Outbreak Prime before. I've never used that gun. All we have to do is beat 0 Hour Deer. We're going to have to train Brandon.
Okay.
We're going to have to rebuild him. We have the technology to actually make him decent at Destiny.
Well, you know,
He might be making his illustrious return on Wednesday. He got a new Xbox.
oh, that'd be fun.
He said he
You get a new
yeah, his
Xbox?
One X died. That's why he hasn't been online. That's why he wasn't online during Season of the Worthy. His Xbox One X apparently kicked the bucket. And it, of course, because of the COVIDians, it took him some time to get a new one.
Oh, I see.
The invasion of the attack
The
of the
COVID.
killer pandemic.
The killer pandemic. Oh.
Oh wow, I can afford an enhancement prism, but not a core. I really have to stop spending my money on those things. No, I have to stop spending my. I keep forgetting that enhancement. Like, even if I have the shards, those things are like 5,000 glimmer each. My glimmer is like all over the place because of this. Like, it's constantly fluctuating. Like, I'll have a lot, then I'll have none, then I'll have a lot. Ooh. Okay, so I have a 1020 sidearm. What should that be infused with, do you think? What do you think? Who do you think is the lucky candidate?
I don't know. How about your quick fan? You think you really like it?
The last word is a sidearm. That's a secondary.
Sorry.
Trinity Ghoul is at 1011. My Drang is at 1012. My Prometheus lens.
The Trinity
Yeah,
Ghoul?
I-
I've been using the Trinity Ghoul.
Yeah, I actually put Le Monarch away. I know. I didn't think that day would. I did not think this
What?
day would come where I would put Le Monarch away into the box, but yep, I did it.
Wow. They heard your cries.
Yeah, I love Le Monarch, but the Trinity Ghoul went from being a very questionable bow to being a beast in the matter of one catalyst. That's all. All it took was this catalyst to make it amazing. It's kind of scary. Kind of scary.
It is quite cool.
All right, I don't have a scout rifle on me, but I gotta put something away, dude. I don't know what to put away. I can put away the chaperone. Yeah, actually, I can put away the chaperone. Right. All right. That'll let me put away the sole survivor in my secondary. All right. My brain hurts already. Figuring this out.
Yeah.
Now I have no sniper rifle.
Uh-oh.
No, alright. How about I use a heavy sniper rifle like a Whisper or the Darcy? There's heavy snipers. I can have a heavy sniper.
Sure.
That way I won't have to take up a primary or a secondary, right? I feel like you should have it.
Yeah.
I feel like you should have at least one of each weapon on you. Strategically placed. You know, so that it works with whatever you got working out.
Mm-hmm.
That way you're never caught with your pants down, you know, if you got to do a bounty or, you know, something else. Generally find yourself well equipped. Okay. Okay, so now I have a boatload of exotics, which is just, it just feels so silly carrying around this many exotics. Alright. This kind of works. I feel kind of silly, but it undeniably works. How about you? Did you get any loot? Any spoils that you're proud of today?
Well, I'm trying out the strategy you mentioned. Seeing
Oh,
if
you're
that
at the
works.
decoder? Did you hear the
Yeah.
drifter say it's like Rahul but cooler?
He hasn't said that to me.
I enjoyed that one. He said it's just like Rahul but cooler. Or feed me darkness.
That's
I'm like, the drifter just, he's been back here too long. Like, now that people are talking to him again, I'm just seeing this entirely new weird side of him that I did not think existed. It's kind of funny and it's kind of scary at the same time. Ooh. I'm gonna equip this and you can tell me what you think. This seems like a good roll of the false promises. It doesn't have the new perks on it, but it is cool nonetheless. It is a cool ass roll. Let me know what you think. You know, take your time. But just letting you know I have it equipped, so if you want to take a look at it, you are free to. Okay. And Hawthorne. Delete your shotgun, fool. Firmly planted on a bow? Nope.
Oh, it's got swashbuckler.
See, this has killing. So, alright. It has swashbuckler and subsistence, which is actually pretty cool. What does subsistence do? Kills partially reload the magazine from reserves, but reserve capacity is reduced. It's reduced, not reduced. Reduced.
It's an
Now
auto
then.
rifle. I'd rather have the bigger magazine.
Now then. I have another roll sitting right here in my vault. I mean, in my postmaster. Let me know what you think of this. It's got killing wind and rampage.
Ooh,
And
that's
killing
nice.
wind is the what? Final blows grant increased mobility, weapon range, and handling. So you think that's better? Better roll?
Yep.
And a masterwork for
that's better.
range.
Ooh, there you go.
High caliber rounds. Okay, yep. Alright, we're taking this one. Alright, so. And that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing when you've got two of the same weapon. You know? Infusing it is just 1,000 glimmer. So now I can just take this booty
Yeah,
roll
that's awesome. I
and
really
infuse
like
it up to 1020. Store.
Nice.
Alright. Did you get anything? Get any cool loot there? I would recommend going for armor over weapons, because, you know, if you get armor focused, that's more likely to keep your light up. You know, to put it up and keep it up. Alright, I'm gonna keep this other roll per your
geez.
instructions. Even though, oddly enough, this other false promises has more range. I wonder why. Why does this one have so much range? Nah, whatever. It doesn't have the cool mods on it, so it's kind of moot, right? It's moot. Okay. Put high caliber rounds on this beast. Polygonal rifling. Yeah, see, there we go. Anti-barrier crab rounds. Yes, I said crab rounds. Don't judge me. Okay. My inventory is evolving, dear. It's evolving. It's evolving as we speak. This is a fun season, I gotta say. At least, you know, it's got that honeymoon. It's got that honeymoon feeling. Everything is so new. There's stuff we can't beat. How do you feel so far? I think this had a really, really strong start.
Yeah, I think
Story
so.
front and center. You know?
I mean,
No?
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I like about it. I mean, not only that,
Mhm.
but like it feels cohesive,
Mm.
and it feels like they really did the work and they really thought about it. It doesn't feel like they're tying together a bunch of old content and throwing it our way and hoping we don't notice the fact that it's fucking old
I was getting
content.
tired of that feeling. Or at the very least, them taking what could have been compelling threads and just kind of blowing them on
Mhm.
big nothings. Like Zoe will
Yeah.
forever be the biggest casualty to the narrative dumping.
Yeah, for sure.
For lack of a better term, like the narrative dumping that occurred between seasons. I think Zoe was probably the biggest case of missed potential that we encountered there.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
But
I agree.
But, what are you gonna do? How do you feel about the new fusion rifle?
Um, the
Hollow words. Mm-hmm.
words. I have not used
Oh.
it yet.
I'm surprised you didn't get one. That was like the first darkness weapon they threw at me.
No, I have one.
Oh.
No, I have one. I actually have two, but I haven't used it.
Well, excuse me, princess. Here I am, just picking up my 1004 hollow words. You're like, I have that at 1015. Noob. I'm like, okay, excuse me. I'm just gonna polish my non-masterworked fusion rifle. Actually, this is good. I think I'll take this and put the Telesto away. As cute as the Telesto is, I don't need it taking up an exotic slot. I think I'd rather it didn't do that. What do you think, Boo?
I don't know. I mean, I can't really give you advice on the Telesto. I haven't used it in years.
I don't know. I mean, just in general, I mean, it's just better to have a legendary fusion rifle, so I don't have to eat a exotic slot every time I want to use a fusion rifle on something.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's all. Not too complicated.
Yeah. You gotta remind me to try it out next time, because I don't remember, because I haven't had the chance to use it yet. Because I've been working on this catalyst. It's the Trinity Ghoul's been dominating my secondary slot.
I believe you. What's your percentage?
Let's see.
Oh, I have an opportunity to equip another secondary. Haha, the Merciless. I forgot about that thing. The Erentil is getting sunset now.
Oh my god.
Erentil now.
34%.
Who percent?
Alright.
What percent? 32? That's not bad.
34%. 34,
I think that
34,
I heard you say 34 3 times. Why'd you say it 3 times in a row? Unchallenged.
Because you said 32.
Am I really taking you that far back? Are you really that? I mean, I know there's such a huge disparity between 34 and 32. I mean, that's literally the difference between getting and not getting the catalyst when you're in the early 30s.
True.
Better get that extra 2%. I'm going to come over there. I'm going to come over there with both cheeks out. Just come for you, okay? All right, so expert playlist, episode 147, Dungeons and Wish Dragons. Yep, I know I'm a genius. The thumbnail is like a hunter asking you to go down into the prophecy dungeon. And I'm like, yeah, dear, let's go into the prophecy dungeon. And you're like, That's You didn't see the narrative going on in that thumbnail when I sent it to you. That's what's going on there.
I did see that. I was like,
We're like, how about that prophecy dungeon, though? And you're like, how about not the prophecy dungeon? Can we come back when we're 1040?
I mean, that just seems smart.
No.
It just seems like a smart thing to do.
Don't fight. Blight. You know? Don't think. Drink.
Yeah.
And at all. That's what I can pull out. Felwinter's Lie. No? Okay. Lord of Wolves?
Yeah. For what?
I need a secondary crab. Secondary crab. I have a scout rifle, I have a pulse rifle,
A
grenade
secondary.
launcher, I have everything except... I want it to be an exotic, though. Yeah. Secondary. What do you think?
Okay. That's
Lord of
cool.
Wolves or Felwinter's Lie?
I'm a fan of Felwinter.
Felwinter's Lie it is. Thank you, dear. Felwinter's Lie is a part of the arsenal. I unlocked all the lore, by the way. It is indeed quite the read.
Oh, did you
Yeah.
read it?
Mhm.
Isn't it
It's
cool?
like the last book unlocked right after the the 13th book unlocked directly after the 12th book, which made me kind of happy because I was like, book 12. Oh God, how much longer do I have to? Oh, cool. The book is done. So yeah, I sat down and read it. I love the way each chapter ends in like a mini cliffhanger that then resolves itself by the beginning of the next chapter. My favorite chapter is probably Siddhartha Golem. That's probably my favorite chapter. Just like the way it really drags out the like. I feel like from the very first line of that chapter, it's telling you, it's Felwinter. No, really. Hey guys, it's Felwinter. No, look, it's Felwinter. Look, he can read the stuff easily. These places are always familiar to him. The doors are always opening for him. He doesn't realize it, but it's because he's the Siddhartha Golem. And then it took him actually reading the words Siddhartha Golem, and there was like a cold silence that just permeated the entire room. And Fellspring was like, I think that's you. And if I've ever heard a pin drop in textual form, that was definitely it. I felt like I could hear a narrative pin drop. It was just like, oh crap, it is him. And then, he realizes what he is. And then, of course, the lore on the gun is the conversation they have afterward where they decide to keep it a secret. And he goes to join the Iron Lords.
Yep.
And it kills me? The way he speaks to the Iron Lords and the openness with they bring him into the fold. It, like, with the benefit of hindsight, it just kind of sucks reading them coalesce around him, knowing what he is and what he is ultimately about to unleash upon them. Completely by accident, but it just sucks. Like, when he convinces them to go after Siva, and Saladin's like, there's probably a reason it's stuck in there. Don't think we should go in there. Could be dangerous. Don't exactly want to risk the Iron Lords, chasing after some crazy dream. And Felwinter's like, nah, man, but the Siva, and we can save humanity with it, and we can rebuild everything. I mean, isn't that why we're doing this? That's why we're doing the thing.
Yeah, he was like, we can have a second golden age. Like, they definitely.
Yeah,
moving
he
for
cracked
doing it.
Saladin's, exterior. Saladin was like, all right. Fine. You can go down into the vault and get the Siva. And it's and ultimately knowing what befell them, it is just tragic that truly his love for the city, his innate goodness was turned against him. It's almost like Saul, like what was it? Like Jimmy McGill. Just turned his inherent goodness against him, and Rasputin thusly obliterated the Iron Lords. Like, good lord. But yeah, it's probably one of my favorite books. Probably one of my favorite books next to what's it called? My other favorite book is the Man They Call Cade.
Yeah, that one's.
I like the
pretty
Man They Call
interesting.
Cade. I really like the Pigeon and the Phoenix.
Oh my god, so cool.
And I haven't read the Letters from Eris yet, but I have a feeling I'll really like those. I have all of them. I should just read it.
I have not read all of the Letters from Eris because I don't think I have. All
Oh,
of them.
also Stolen Intelligence is really good. I like Stolen Intelligence. That's the one. I think it's a bunch of. It looks like it's a bunch of translations of either Rasputin text or some kind of overseeing body who is observing everything. Like, it reports on the House of Devils, it reports on the Guardians, it reports on the Hunters, it reports on... Like, I don't know, it's like someone spying on the Last City. It's like the account of someone who happens to be spying on the Last City. Although the symbols lead me to believe that it might be like an
Interesting.
exo-body. Yeah, because...
I haven't read it.
Yeah,
so
you
I'm
should
not
see it.
sure.
It's under the light. Each entry in this book
Okay.
always has the same thing. It says access restricted, decryption keys, rep number, and the number is always different, and the code name's always different. And it says Agents Ran 187 Subj Countercultural Intelligence Update, which makes me think that these are probably Rasputin's exos going out amongst the people and, you know, taking in info as they do.
Maybe.
So this is probably like a transcript of their findings. I
I'll
somehow
check it
have
out.
every book in this thing, so there's no doubt that you do too. We probably got it during Red War.
Okay.
Oh, and something called Constellations. I am the first speaker to see a ghost. Is this the speaker's book?
Oh.
The way we tell it, after the collapse, the traveler cut itself into 1,000 tiny pieces and sent them out into the world. Those tiny pieces are drawn to me, and to others like me, like moths. Moth people!
Confirmed! Moth people confirmed!
Oh, geez.
Quick, get I Hate Everything. It happened.
Oh, come on.
Oh, wait. The first...
It's a metaphor. He said like moths, not actual.
All right,
moths.
I will read the next few lines just to give you clarity on that. They are ruffling feathers. Their little forward-facing lights blink like eyes. We're called ghosts, one of them said to me once, hovering at my shoulder as I tended a cook fire. He met... This is him meeting the ghosts.
Wow, this is crazy.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Oh,
this is so
yeah.
cute. They're all different, these ghosts. Many of them are like children, curious and friendly. Some are world-weary from the moment they're born. Wow. The ghost spun his silver petals, considering. Because we're searching, I think. It's a good enough answer for me. I'm searching too. I let the little ghosts follow me. We talk about what the traveler was like before the collapse. They like to hear it, and I like to remember. Deep in their core, they remember too, I think. They remember a time when they were all one piece. Still, they like to ask what the traveler told me, and I recount all the dreams I can still remember. I haven't dreamed since the collapse, and this is almost like dreaming again. Today at twilight, one of the shy and quiet ghosts who has been lingering at my side asks if I will follow her out into the valley. I should say no, but she sounds hopeful, and I am curious. We travel for several hours. The land here is recovering, not just from the collapse, but from the time before it. Resources for our settlement are scarce, but nature is creeping back in, and nature is cruel now. It's been starving and confused for decades, jostled out of its natural order, and now we reap the consequences. Wolves steal our livestock, mange-ridden bears wander through our compound late at night, and the land is so thick with the memory of poison that it won't grow crops. Oof. We can protect ourselves from this recovering world as best we can, and we rarely go out at night, but I'm drawn by a curiosity that feels beyond me. The ghost leads me to a barn with a sagging roof. She asks me to wait out of sight. She says, I think you'll scare her. I don't fully understand what she means. I crouch and watch as she hovers over the years-old remains of a person, barely recognizable as something that was once living. The ghost floats over the body nervously, and then scans it with pale light. In front of my eyes, flesh grows over old bones and tattered rags stitch themselves together. The person, a woman, gasps and sits up. I can't believe it. The ghost hovers close to her new companion and says something quiet and reassuring. I can't hear. I feel amazed, and then jealous, and then ashamed.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's the book called, that is the book called Waking. That's cool.
Wow, it's
It's called Constellations. It's 9 books deep.
Oh, I have it. I don't think I have all of them though. I have like 1, 2, 3 of them.
Oh man, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, I say next stream maybe we can start with some lore. If you want, we can start with this book and ribble through it. I should have read Severing first.
Yeah,
Severing
okay.
looks like it's describing the feeling of the Severing seems like it's describing the resurrection from the person's point of view.
Wow, that's crazy.
But this was interesting. I like this. Tonight we got some good stuff done. We got some stuff done today. I feel good. We batted back the darkness. Tomorrow will be another reset. We'll see exactly what Bungie has in their pocket, what they've got in the pocket. See how the second week treats us as far as the weekly event means to an end, and prismatic recastings. I actually ran out of umbral energy.
Yeah.
There's a limited amount of it that you can gain every week. You only get the energy you need to upgrade the recaster from weeklies.
Oh yes, I know.
So I have a maximum of 6 weeklies a week, and that's it. Everything else I get is just so I can decode engrams in it. 6 because 2 per character.
Yeah.
I mean, it works, dear. You should do it too. I would say do it too, because my recaster is like level 9.
Wow.
We out in these streets, dear. We out in these streets, getting all the recasts. But I think on Wednesday we'll have a few more things to talk about. If Bungie doesn't fix this whole engram kerfuffle, maybe we'll power level up a bit. Get ourselves ready for this dungeon.
Yeah.
The light is calling. But until the light calls, I think that will conclude episode 147 of the Expert Playlist. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed our noobery, or at least 50% of our noobery. Sometimes I don't bring all the good weapons. Sometimes, Gabriel forgets her getaway artist, But it's okay. It's okay. She has the claws. And, I've got the boots of... I miss the bones of EO. Remember those? The bones of AO used to let the hunter do a triple jump. And gave the hunters 1 additional jump in Destiny 1.
I do vaguely
Yeah, the
remember.
bones of Io. Made me invaluable during raids. Made King's Fall a doozy, too, because, you know, having that one extra jump makes all the difference. But yeah. I'm going to send you some more old footage. We're going to have fun on Instagram with it. But thank you for watching. We will wax nostalgic on Wednesday's episode. Same bat time, same bat channel. You got anything to say to the people out there on the interwebs, my dear?
Yeah, they should definitely check us out on the
They should.
Instagram and on
Absolutely
Twitter,
on Twitter.
and on the Facebook.
We are more active on Twitter. We're catching all the scuttlebutt, okay? Jason Schreier, be ashamed of yourself. Twitter drama. Yes, we're all up in the Twitter drama, and we
Okay.
do not agree with you, Jason Schreier. Don't make fun of people. It's not nice. Apologize to Cory Barlog. He made God of War. How dare you? Sorry.
Okay.
Something happened on Twitter yesterday.
So
That's how you know we're on Twitter. See?
I
Vote
would
of confidence.
have to read
See?
up
Vote of
on that.
confidence. See? We're already on the Twitters, okay? At
Yeah.
Infernal Waddle.
On Twitter and on the YouTubes, and especially on Infernal Penguins.
Dear, you didn't tell them what the Twitter was. The Twitter is at Infernal Waddle.
It's at
on the
Infernal
Twitters.
Waddle. Yep.
Or at Expert Penguin for me, or at Her Infernal for my fine co-host. Feel free to at us, but not with bad hot takes. Okay. Or
Well, if you're telling people
we will
to at
send you
you're gonna have
gifts.
to deal with
I will
some-
send you GIF loops and snark that will destroy your brain. No, but yes. And Infernal Penguins, where our more permanent thoughts will be placed. Post haste. All of the best places to catch us. We will see you next time at 9:45 Eastern on Wednesday.
Yep.
More dungeons, more engrams. Hope to see you then. And until then, good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
So yeah, so you didn't know, a reviewer, someone reviewed The Last of Us Part 2 and said that the experience left him in the same emotional state, or the experience was as harrowing as the emotional state that he experienced playing The Last of Us 2 was similar to that of which he experienced from Schindler's List. That's basically what he said. And because Twitter is a hive of retards who have no idea what nuance is, of course, people started dogpiling on the guy like he compared the game to the fucking Holocaust, which is the most disingenuous bullshit I've ever heard. Like, I mean, I guess on some level you could say that, but that's only if you are going out of your way to dunk on somebody. He did not literally say that the experience of playing The Last of Us 2 was like experiencing the damn Holocaust. He said it was like it was as emotionally like eviscerating to him as Schindler's List. And as far as I know, Schindler's List is a movie by Steven Spielberg. Okay? Like, it's not something that happened. And yes, I know Schindler's List is based on real world events, but he didn't say specifically the fucking Holocaust. So I don't understand what people are doing here. It's almost like 10 years ago when everybody and their mom was making World War II games like Call of Duty 2 and Brothers in Arms and whatever that other cool one was that's escaping my mind. Point being, when people compared like Call of Duty 2's D-Day level, when people compared that to like Saving Private Ryan, nobody in the damn woodwork popped out and said, "Oh my God, you're disrespecting the World War II troops. Oh, you're disrespecting World War II." You know why? Because we all understood that Saving Private Ryan isn't actually World War fucking II. It's a movie based on it. So when the internet predictably started jumping all over this poor author, you think that kind of thing would be limited to just random trolls and asshats who are just once again finding a reason to be outraged or just taking something at face value so they have something stupid to say. You know, anything to dunk on a game journalist these days. It's a very ignoble profession more often than not to be writing for an official outlet because somebody's always looking to cut your fucking feet off. But be that as it may, I have no problem with regular people doing this dumb shit. I noticed, and so did several others, that Jason Schreier jumped in on this too and was cracking wise about it. And again, while I would expect this kind of thing from random internet asshats, I didn't expect Jason Schreier to jump in on this too. I mean, while I think it's perfectly fine to have a little bit of fun, one game journalist to another, my problem with his statements and his little dunk was the fact that there were no caveats or any there was no side notes, no caveats, like, you know, guys, you know, we are being a little bit basic here, but in that respect, you know, and then say something stupid. No, he legitimately cracked on the guy too. And when Cory Barlog kind of jumped in and was like, dude, I mean, that's not right. Like, I know it's fun to, you know, get down on somebody, but why would you join in on something like this? Like, you know that more often than not, we go through a lot of shit, and, you know, like, why would you do this? Like, Corey's sentiment was basically, why? Which was my sentiment, like, Jason, why? Yeah. Like, don't you know how much legitimacy and credibility your name carries? Don't you know that if you legitimately are dunking on this dude like the rest of these internet asshats, that you are giving them legitimacy and inspiring more people to potentially dunk on this guy for the same disingenuous, like, know how much reach you have, know how credible your voice is. It's like, of course, when you do it now, it's going to just multiply tenfold, and he didn't deserve that, especially because, again, the entire quote-unquote outrage was based on a semantic falsehood. And then people jumped. He fired back at Cory in a pretty, what I can read honestly as a pretty pompous and pretentious way that was pretty disrespectful in my opinion. And then a bunch of people jumped on Cory Barlog and pretty much ruined his day. And I do not think Cory deserved that. I think Cory was absolutely right. I think Jason was absolutely wrong. I respect his investigative journalism. I respect the pieces he's written and the amount of change that he's been able to affect in the industry with his work. I do not discount him for a moment in his profession. I have a great deal of respect for him, but that was kind of fucked up, what he did. And then to bat back at Cory the way he did, and then just have the same trolls go after him and dogpile on him for absolutely no damn reason, is three times as worse. So yeah, that's what I meant by I totally stand with Cory Barlog, because I was there for those Twitter shenanigans yesterday, and I watched it play out, and it was very unfortunate that, you know, again, like, Cory had his day ruined. He's like, I don't even understand why this is happening. What did I do? Like, and he didn't do anything except stand up for this guy where no one else would. Like, if Jason had any degree of self-awareness, he would have stood up for this guy, because that was fucking dumb. It's like, now we can't compare games to literary works or artistic works or film. You're going to take it as them comparing it to the real world event they're based on? How shitty. Well, I guess we can't compare any fiction or anything like that. I mean, it's a global pandemic. I'm pretty sure there are harrowing, inhumane, terrible things happening in the game that could evoke a visceral emotional reaction from you. So any comparisons to any piece of media that may have specifically unsettled you are absolutely welcome. You know, what if I want to say it left me as emotionally torn as in Logan? What's somebody gonna do? Come up to me and say, "Oh, he's saying that they're like superheroes with adamantium in their bodies." It's like, the fuck are you? Go away. Go back to Game Facts. Like, whatever hole you crawled out of, whatever forum, whatever Discord. Yeah, like, go back to whatever hole you crawled out of, because clearly this new internet is too complicated for you. You buttheads. It's like, don't do that. You're just gonna...
Oh my god, Game Facts.
It's like, you're gonna ruin game journalism.
I haven't heard that in a long
You're
time.
gonna ruin game journalism. You're gonna make people afraid to call upon real world things or events that have specifically affected them in a way. Like, how can you stoop to quantify what someone else's emotional reaction to something should be? Get your head out of your bleep and just be happy with how you feel, and let him feel how he feels. He wrote it down in words. He supplanted, and the thing is, in the actual article, the nuance that's missing from the damn tweet is all there. So again, looking for nuance in 250 characters? To quote Iron Man, not a great plan. Like, monkeys. And I'm ashamed of Jason. I hope he does better in the future when there's a nice, large, trending, weird shit thing going on, because that was not a good look, and I definitely lost a bit of respect for him. Like, I get that you do what you do, but you can still act like an ass, bro. And I'm sorry. I was looking at his head like, man, his head's really shaped like a lima bean.
To be honest.
See, I don't want to look at Jason Schreier and think mean things. But he made me do that.
No, I think he's as you said, he does amazing work. He has had a great amount of impact. He's very respected. And,
Can't take it away.
That's cool. But I've seen him do shitty things in the past.
Yeah. Well,
Sure. I've seen
yeah,
it
see, and I mean, I guess the internet is where some people's, what's the word? Super ego goes to die, or whatever part of you that disappears when a little bit of anonymity or that second screen's distance hits you, and you no longer see people, you just see words and profile pictures. But you gotta pull back a little bit. You gotta remember who you are. You gotta remember what your freaking profession is, and how you don't want to delegitimize your profession any further. I mean, let people write what they want, man. People jumping on him for that are so silly. So silly. So silly. Ugh. But won't be the first, won't be the last. Ain't nobody jump on people for saying, oh God, that level in Call of Duty Modern Warfare made me feel like I was in fucking Chernobyl, which I would say is a pretty apt comparison, seeing as the entire level consists of you crawling through the fallout of a nuclear bomb detonation. But, what do I know? Chernobyl actually happened. I guess I can't use that as a basis of comparison, because idiots on the internet will dogpile on me. Tisk. That is to say, I don't give a fook. We're writing what the hell we want on Infernal Penguins. I don't care. Alright, fool? I'll compare a video game moment to Custer's Last Stand if I want to.
Just do it. I mean, there's no rule.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a narrative, I mean, again, when you're talking about fiction, that's something. Okay, he was not in any way undervaluing, devaluing, undermining the impact that the actual Holocaust had. And the only reason I could see that people were flaring up the way they were was because, oh no, Jewish people. But it's like, hey, it happened, man.
It's kind of obvious.
Yeah, like Schindler's List is a fucking movie.
A movie is not the same as a historical event. Obviously. Like, what the... I mean... Watching movies about historical events makes you feel a certain way. That's the point. If you had been there, you would probably feel a whole lot differently than you do. Like it's bizarre that we even have to explain this.
Isn't it? Don't you feel like you're like suddenly in
Yeah.
Bizarro land where like Jason Schreier is dunking on people and people are freaking out because they think Schindler's List is a fucking documentary? You internet morons.
Yeah.
God, I hate Twitter. I keep it at arm's length. All right, but man, it's like the worst kind of ant farm. Just it's the worst. It's just
It's
weird.
definitely Twitter is best in small
People don't
doses.
use it that way though, and the way it's structured
I-
is it's a constantly moving feed of stuff and hashtags, and it's
Oh,
sad the
yeah.
number of people that I know and respect that I have just watched slowly go crazy over time. Listen, I love y'all, and I'm not naming any names. I will not name names because I love you all, but I have seen many people that I know and respect go crazy in small bursts over the weirdest topics, and just it sucks because people who live in the real world do not think this way. You only think this way after you've been on Twitter for any amount of time. And I say it's Twitter, it's not Facebook. Because real discourse happens on Facebook. That's why people don't like using Facebook, because people type fucking paragraphs on it. Real discussions happen on
That's
Facebook.
true.
Frivolous nothings happen on Instagram. And basic bitch reactionary bullshit happens on Twitter, where all nuance gets thrown out the window and people start screaming at each other without looking into the deeper meanings behind anything. And there are people that have just somehow mastered this form of communication in ways that I cannot. Twitter drives me crazy because I hate 250 character limits. Brevity is not the soul of my wit, but I'll manage. But I'm telling you, man, like, I had to tell somebody, like, somebody was like, oh, they were talking about Miles Morales. And I'll say this before we go. They're talking about Miles Morales. They're like, oh, yeah, Miles Morales. Oh, yeah, it's not a sequel. It's an expansion. Or whatever. And they're like, and then this guy pops in and is like, yeah, you know, just like Uncharted Last Legacy did not get the prestige of a number because it didn't have a man front and center. Miles Morales' game is not technically a sequel because... And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Listen. Oh my god. I had to tweet at this guy and say, okay, maybe, get this. Imagine this. Maybe Uncharted Lost Legacy did not get a number because it's not a sequel starring the series' main character. Maybe that's why it did not get a number. Has nothing to do with the fact that it stars two women. Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and 4 are Nathan Drake's story. Okay? And then the Uncharted on the PSP or whatever was a prequel. So that didn't get a number. Prequels don't get numbers. Sequels do. Side stories don't get numbers. I mean, did this same dickhead look at Infamous Second Son and say, oh, because Cole is a teenager, he didn't get the prestige of a number on the box like Cole did. Shut up! Listen, have fun never enjoying anything with the way you think. Good day, sir. I mean, the tweet, of course, was not that long, but I was like, dude, have fun never enjoying anything with that line of thinking. Talking about it didn't get the prestige of a number because it starred women, or because it didn't have a man on the box. Like, what the fuck? This is Twitter.
I don't think
This is Twitter,
Wow.
where that kind of thought process actually makes sense enough for you to speak it with conviction. Of course, I didn't get a reply, because when you crack through the shell of bullshit, they run screaming. Either that, or I'm a hashtag away from getting canceled, because God knows what's in my Twitter history. You think I don't take Twitter seriously now? Imagine when it was in its shit posting days. I'll be like Katy Perry, who has like that one weird random tweet where she tweeted Dr. Luke about black cocks. She's like, I don't need to watch porn when there's so many black cocks around. I'm like, what the fuck? Katy Perry? Katy Perry, are you... Okay. Again, this is like 8-10 years back in Katy Perry's Twitter history. I don't care. I don't need her to explain it to me. I don't even want to know. I just know it's one of her tweets. I seen it. So God knows what they'll find in my Twitter history. I'm warning you now. It may not be racist or homophobic or anti-anything because I'm not that kind of person, but it might be fucking weird. So enter at your own risk, you crab people. But let me just clip this for YouTube. That was a good talk. Good talk. I didn't think the post "good night everybody" talk would last that long, but that was nicely done. Thank you for being the best co-op partner ever, Boo.